Shellshock presents.
Ready?
Sharing with Shellshock Season 4.
New Age of Heroes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sharing with Shellshock. I am your host, ShellshockPrime, and right here tonight, we are going to talk about the Nintendo DS. And joining me are four returning guests from previous episodes. So, Silver, good to have you back on.
Yep, glad to be back, especially for this topic. It's definitely one I'm looking forward to for a long time now. So yeah,
It
I'm
would,
down.
because it would, for me, it would not be a Nintendo DS discussion without you. So I had to have you on for this one.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Shad, good to have you on as well.
Great to be here. Love the DS. Really looking forward to this.
Yep. And good to have you as well, Redbeard.
Hello, hello.
Yep. And Menitta, good to have you on again. This is the second time I've had you on since you were on for the Street Fighter episode.
Thank you for having me again. This is awesome.
Yep.
I was very excited, especially for this topic.
Yep.
I love talking the Nintendo DS.
Oh, same. Originally, like we originally had 112 planned to join us, but they could not make it. But Redbeard, we got you. So it's good to have you on.
Indeed.
Yep. And we're glad to have. In fact, I'm glad to have all four of you on. Let's be real.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about the DS in a moment, but first, Silver, remind everybody what you do.
Oh, sure. Hi everyone. Sylverstone Khandr here. I honestly, it's hard to like really quantify what I do because like I do like a lot of things. I play a lot of games, do a lot of commentary on games and such. I'll say formally, but I did art on my channel at one point. I do everything. Like so long as it's fun, it's interesting, and it's awesome to do. Oh, of course, I can't forget I cover indie games as well. Covered over 100 different titles on for consideration, and potentially more in the next coming weeks, thanks to upcoming events, which I will discuss another time. But generally, of course, you can find me on Silver.stream for all of that, and soon enough in the future, in 2026, I am starting a new DS-focused YouTube channel and if anything, I call it an appreciation platform called Third Pillar. So look forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Third pillar. That's
Yes.
good for it. I'm sorry.
See, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Thank you. Thank you. Someone who appreciates that.
Yep.
That's a deep cut, but I like it.
Yeah. All right. So Shad, remind everybody what you do.
Hi, so I'm Shad. I'm a variety streamer. I do a lot of Nintendo games, but I also do some that are not. You tend to usually have like one like visual novel type game a week. I do a lot of like ROM hacks, Pokemon, Banjo-Kazooie, a lot of Zelda stuff, a lot of randomizers, a little of this and that. Kind of depends what I feel is gonna be the next fun thing to do.
Yep.
But I am currently kind of on a short hiatus while I kind of adjust to a new job. But my normal schedule hopefully will go back soon to 2 streams a week, one of which is whatever ongoing game I'm playing, and one of which is currently Somnian Files Nirvana Initiative.
Nice. Very good.
Nice.
And yeah, again, congrats on the job. Really happy for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, Redbeard, remind everybody what you do.
Hi, I'm Mr. Redbeard, Variety Gamer streamer. I play variety games for many mobs and consoles, Switch, PlayStation 5, PC, or even retro games as well, 3DS, PlayStation 2, GameCube, and all that. Majority I play is RPG games, action adventure game, but majority I've been playing RPGs. Right now I am on hiatus, but I'll be back around beginning of next year, January. I was planning this year, but I kind of pushed it back a bit. But Beginning of January 1st, I'll be back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be back with the games that were previously playing last stream, which was what Octopath Traveler and Ease 9.
Nice.
But I'm gonna try to pull it double, so I'm probably gonna do 2 streams a week, like 4 streams a day, which is gonna be like 2 days of Octopath Traveler or 2 days of Ease 9, so I can get through the game quickly because I really am behind on my list.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. Very good. All right. What about you, Menitta?
Hi. Well, so I try to stream games every now and then. I admittedly do not get around to it as much as I want to. I'm hoping to start kind of ramping that back up and just variety stuff, like anything that kind of strikes my fancy. But yeah, I play games. Nothing else really to it.
Of course. Of course. Yep. So when it comes to the Nintendo DS, it's been around for years. It first released in the United States on November 21st, 2004.
21 years ago, as of 2 days ago.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. So original, like, the thing is that it was actually revealed at E3 2004, towards the end of the conference. It was actually Reggie's first E3, and towards the end of it, he pulls out a Nintendo DS prototype from his pocket, and it surprised everybody because at the time, like, the Game Boy Advance was Nintendo's current handheld, and for them to reveal the DS, at first, people were kind of curious about it, like how it was, how it was gonna handle the 2 screens, like, and what type of games we were going to see. And because around that time, like, Sony announced the PSP, and people wondered how was the DS going to compare to the PSP, and turns out the DS sold a lot. It's currently right now the second best selling platform, though the Switch is this close to actually beating it itself. It's actually like 1,000 something away, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So it's actually very close. But
1,000?
yeah, yeah.
Like, I feel like 10,000. Like, I think like the last numbers for the Switch one was 153.01. So like they're literally like they're very, very close. But like most people are saying that by the time they announce those results, like, it's probably passed by now. So until next fiscal year, they'll probably say, hey, this is the numbers for Switch.
So we'll probably
no doubt.
we'll probably hear about it on March, but because it's like but the DS is still a couple million units away from the PS2. Because the PS2 is number 1, but DS is like number 2. The fact that DS sold that well, because you have so many different variations of the DS. You have the original, you have the DS Lite, then you have the DSi, and you have the DSi XL. And the DS lasted as an active platform from November 2024. 2004 to like sometime, like, it was discontinued in it actually doesn't say what year it discontinued.
No,
the date was not disclosed, but
no, like most people don't like say like 2013, 2014, because like in 2013 that's when they wound down Nintendo Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah. I'd say around like 2013-ish, yeah, because I feel like
when the last
like the last DS game, or
yeah, when did the final DS game release?
That's a good
question. Because I know that like that I know the PS2 lasted in like to like 2014, which is crazy.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6 Battle in the Bay, 2014.
Oh, okay, 2016.
2014.
Was the 2016 was the last.
But
the end of service of the game.
Yeah, but the last game was like DSiWare game, I believe.
Yeah, Crazy Train.
It's like Crazy Train. Yeah, that's what it's called. Crazy Train on DSiWare.
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with the Ozzy Osbourne song.
Immediately what went to my head.
Yeah, R.I.P. Ozzy. But anyway, so the DS, we're gonna talk about we're gonna I'm gonna be asking you guys questions regarding the DS and Silver. Of course, we're starting with you. Um,
Oh boy.
what was it like when you first got your DS?
All right. All right. I guess I can paint you guys a picture because I did it like 4 hours ago. Uh, so okay. So this is like 2004, obviously. The day the system releases. Even before the E3 2004, I saw G4 Check TV when it was still around.
Yep.
They were showing off the DS and the PSP. Here's the big old school DS, and here's the very sexy PSP, because they kept calling it sexy. Like, God, it was like the age of like it had to be sexy. But like
the PSP was clean. If you tell the difference between the PSP and the original PS, it was
really
clean. It was slick. I was like, ooh.
it was sleek. It was trendy. I'm like, oh my God. Like, if you go back to those old articles, like, it's so weird. But going forward, it's like, so G4 actually did a special Nintendo DS Day broadcast where basically they had on the top, they had two screens for the broadcast. The top screen would be like the broadcast of G4, and on the bottom screen they would have nonstop trailers and videos about DS games. So it's really cool. Like, some of those things still appears on the internet today. And I remember like calling my dad that day, and my dad's like, hey, like, yeah, I saw that thing on TV. Like, do you want it? And I'm like, well, yeah, obviously. And so Christmas 2004 rolls around, and I get my DS. I get 3 games for it. I remember this very well. I believe it was of course, Metro Prime Hunter's First Hunt, which was packed in with the first release of the DS. Madden NFL 2005, because I was interested in Madden, sports game, and Spider-Man 2. That game kind of sucked, honestly, but had a good time. It was a very cold winter, snowing a lot, it was crazy. But I was bragging to my friends that I'm getting the DS, blah blah blah. At the same time, my nephews were over, young nephews, and I was like, just trying to share with them and everything. And I had my DS in an open box, and unfortunately, one of my nephews spilled orange juice on it, and so literally, like, it was like days after Christmas, I got it. And so I had to tell my dad, like, hey, like, this happened. So he took it in for a return. Went back home. Like, I was living in Jamaica at the time, empty-handed. So my friends were like, "Huh, you didn't get the DS at all, did you?" And I'm like, "I totally had one." You tell your friends that you got a thing, and then you don't have it, and then they're like, "Oh, you were just a liar the entire time." I'm like, I did too have it.
Oh,
So
no.
it wouldn't be until April that I got like my replacement DS, and my mom had my mom came down to Jamaica, had like a bunch of the games, and it was a great time just showing off like, I feel like I was like the only person that I knew that had a DS. And actually I have something very special that I'm going to show, is that this is from 2005.
Oh.
Yeah, this is me at my dad's office playing, which I'm pretty sure is Super Mario 64 DS, based on how I'm holding the photos here. Yeah, like me my Louis Vuitton hat and my Justice League t-shirt. And like there's the box that I had the DS in. It was like an Intech, like case, which I think I still have. Like, I think it's like lost to time now. Like, in later years, I got this when I got my DSi in 2009, and the sticker was made by a friend of mine. Yeah,
It
my
looks
DS,
like the Team
my DSi
Ninja
is like
logo.
still here. In a way, it's kind of like it, but like it's actually not like Team Ninja. It was like, funny enough, it was actually my Mario Kart DS emblem. Like, I commissioned my friend to make a sticker for me based on my emblem.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this is my OG DSi, which is currently looking.
Ooh.
It's had better days. I mean, it's the casing, really, not the actual like on case, but like, yeah, no, I like with the DS, like God, it's hard to quantify just how much like time I spent with it. Like, when I first got it, it was just like nothing I've ever like dealt with before, because like, it's a dual screen system. The touch screen. I'm messing around with a picto chat. I'm doing like all sorts of things. I'm like, this is like really awesome. Like, I use it for all sorts of things. I use it as an alarm for a bit. Like, that was a thing. Like, I was just like goofing off of it as much as possible. And because like it really felt like I was on the cusp of like modern gaming. Like, I always say that like the DS was like my introduction to like modern gaming, because like it felt like a system that really brought me into the future of games. And all the games I got for it in time like really were like astounding. Kirby Canvas Curse, Super Mario 64 DS, Mario Kart DS, Animal Crossing Wild World and so much more. Getting to have my first online gaming experiences, because like I wouldn't have those outside of PC, of course, until like 2005, 2006 with the Wi-Fi connection, and I had the little Wi-Fi USB connector as well to plug into my my computer to play. So yeah, no, for me that was like my first steps with DS. Just realizing that I had like the most like modern system ever, even though the PSP was definitely there with its UMDs and everything. I still feel like the DS was just like in a league of its own, like by far.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. It's a really good way to get into the DS systems. Family of systems is what Nintendo likes to call them.
Right.
What about you, Shad? What was it like when you first got your DS?
So, I've been on your show, on your podcast a few times, and I've kind of mentioned how a lot of where I started to kind of get freedom of games and started to get consoles at release was the Game Boy Advance, GameCube era.
Yeah.
So the DS obviously was right after that, because I know it was only a few years after the Game Boy Advance era. So I remember the system being hyped up is this third pillar, which I had to, of course, convince my parents, because they were always, you can only have one home console and one handheld per generation. And this was like another handheld in the same generation, it seemed. But I remember the excitement when I first heard about it. And I kind of remember like talking with my dad about it, who's an IT specialist. He like talking about like touchscreens, because touchscreens weren't like super common yet, not like they are today.
Yeah, like
And
Palm Pilots and everything.
yeah, I mean, he had like a Palm Pilot, but like so he was kind of a little excited for me just to see like where the technology was going with it for games. And I really vividly remember when the console first came out, that PSP was all being talked about, and a lot of most of my classmates that had like Game Boy Advances were not getting the DS because the PSP was coming, and that was the cool game for like older kids. And DS is kiddie. Look at that! Look at the DS Fat and how clunky it is.
Yeah.
Except for the one kid at school who was insisting the real big thing was the N-Gauge.
That's kind of based.
No, but like honestly, like power to that kid.
Yeah, but I
don't know where that guy's at right now.
I tended to add with console releases, I tended to usually pick 2 launch games to get. It was usually about what I could afford and stuff. Like with the GameCube, for example, it was Luigi's Mansion and Melee, which wasn't a launch game, but I got it for Christmas, so the game was out. Already
It's
out.
like a week
I got
later.
the GameCube.
Yeah.
So the 2 launch games I purchased for Nintendo DS, of course, one was Super Mario 64 DS. It had to be. But the other was a game I got really excited about because this was 2004 and I was 15. And this game looked super edgy.
Oh,
yeah, Feel the Magic.
Feel the Magic. XYXX.
Yeah.
I like read everything about it as it was coming out. I was like, this is the kind of like experimental stuff I want to see on the Nintendo DS.
Oh, yes.
This is quirky. This is like very like Japanese in style.
It's funny as hell. And created by Sonic Team.
Yep.
Yeah, and I absolutely adored it. I did later get the Rub Rabbits as well. But it would, to me, it was the slightly edgier WarioWare with just goofy mini games, but all kind of a little like scandalous and stuff. So yeah, that was a lot of my experience with the DS first coming out. There was other games I got shortly after. I got Polarium was another launch title, as well as crap, what was the other one I got later? It was WarioWare Touched.
Yeah.
That did come later on. Yeah.
And I know that I don't remember. Did the Metroid Prime Hunter First Hunts come out with the?
Yeah.
Yes.
They were like in the first they were like in the platinum ones, like they had them, and then I think the Electric Blues as well. But like mostly the platinum
Yeah.
ones, like the first 6 months were
Yeah,
that first
because I
hunt.
remember getting that and being kind of hyped for a online multiplayer Metroid Prime game. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it was the first game to show for DS, so like they're really like riding on it.
Yep.
yeah.
Hmm.
So
All right. What about you, Redbeard? What was it like when you first got your DS?
My first time having a DS, I wasn't bought. It was given to me while ago, like about late 2000s ish, when like I think with the original Game Boy, the fat one was still out, and one of my friends just gave it gave it to me. He said he didn't want it, but he said he know I was playing a lot of video games, so he wanted to give it to me. So he gave me that and Metroid Fusion.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had that for a while until the DS Lite came out,
Yeah.
and I traded the old fat one in for the slim one.
Nice.
Nice.
And this DS has been with me for a long time, as you can
Mm.
tell if I open. You can see.
Oh, the hinge.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, I was
Oh.
about to say like how's that hinge working out for you?
Oh god, no! It's been like that for a while till it snapped. But I got like replacements for it. I can repair it myself.
Yeah.
I think with the light, the first game I have was the new Super Mario Brothers. Not the 64, the new Super Mario Brothers. The side
Side-scroller, yeah.
That was the first one, and I love the game. Even with the mini games they had, that was like my favorite one to play over and over again.
Yep.
Over time, I started buying games. There were some that were stupid. There was some that were really cool. There was some RPGs I bought, like Final Fantasy 3. I bought after, then Final Fantasy 4, which I never played it. Just it's in there. Also, the DS was the game that brought me back into Pokemon. And the first game that I bought on DS was Pokemon Platinum.
Yes.
And boy, that was a wild ride.
Cinema.
Yeah.
What a game. Distortion Zone, am I right?
Why is there that beeping? God, I was like, I never remember Pokemon being this hard. I hear the beeping like constantly. I'm like, oh dear God.
Oh no, they really kicked your butt in those games.
They did. They sure did.
That was and I got that and Heartgold 2 and Soul Silver. You could in the package with the Pokewalker.
Yes.
I saw that at Walmart, and they gotta have it because it's really high price right now.
Yeah, I have the Pokewalker somewhere around here.
I don't. It's not. Well, it's not right now. But like, I have basically the Evolved Pokewalker, which is the Wii Fit meter for Wii U. It's the same technology.
Yeah, it uses the same thing.
Same
It's the
technology.
same device.
The thing is that like my original Pokewalker got lost, and then I got one like a few years later, thanks to my friend Minty. She got me one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, those are the only games
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sorry. You go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know what compelled me to hold on to the box, but I still have the complete in-box Pokemon Soul Silver with the Pokewalker, the other back, everything. And it's like, if I ever want to retire one day, just sell that.
Just sell, God, no, they go for astronomically high prices. Like, God,
it's absurd. Yeah,
it is. It's nuts. Oh my God, they're so sought after. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I lost the box. I don't know where to do with it. So that was but I kind of like backed away from buying DS games because it was a lot of stuff I've been seeing. It was mostly a lot of movies and movie games, TV show games I've been seeing a lot. I'm like, but there were some other hidden gems I have seen that I wanted to get, but they're good luck with that shit. Like, The World's Ends with You. I really want that game, but that is a needle and haystack to get.
Yeah, good luck finding Twoby anywhere.
Yeah.
But majority, I got into Dragon Quest, and I was able to get the
Ooh.
Oh
4,
wow.
5, 6, and 9.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like Dragon Quest I made a huge splash on the DS.
It
Like
did.
especially
It did.
yeah,
It did.
Dragon
It
Quest.
really, I liked it well. The books I
Yeah,
really like.
you're right.
But they're really long. 4 or 5 were like really good stories. 6 on their hand is really good long.
And like nine was basically like proto Street Pass for 3DS.
It
with the tag
was.
mode.
Yeah, I could get that working. I know how to get that.
Huh. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
was like nine was extremely popular, dude. Like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
I think Shell knows because like Nintendo World used to have like meetups for Dragon Quest 9 users actually.
Yep. I'll be talking about that later on.
Like working that.
Let me finish mine. Then
Yeah.
after the light, it kind of like the hinge thing happened, so I was just to buy another DS, and the DS like a DSi XL was out, and there was a specific color I wanted. I went to Walmart. They were out of the colors. They only had was like this brown tan color. I don't know what it is. It's really ugly. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
Beige.
The weird
Like,
beige adult,
What it is?
Yeah.
the weird beige adulty color. Yeah,
I there was one I want blue, and I was like, I want this. And I saw this. I was like, ugh.
I think I'd like the fat pen for it because like they
Oh, the
marketed
Batman
these
was awesome.
they marketed those with brain age, like they did that like a lot.
Yep.
I
Right
don't
here.
know where I did it.
Right here
Somewhere
as well.
around here.
Okay.
And yeah, after that, it's been kind of helpful. So, I think the year or so, when I was just trying to get consoles I really like for like good prices, I found some that were a good price. I was able to get the one I was looking for, DS Lite. I was looking for the most in the box.
Oh, nice.
That's cool. That's
I
the
love
good
Cobalt
color.
blue. Yeah.
Blue with the black. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black
Oh my
and blue,
god.
this was my favorite. I wanted to get, but every time I go,
So,
Oh yeah, they also have the same in
that
red.
was a crimson one, right?
That's the question. I'll talk about it later, but go ahead.
Yeah, no problem.
and that I would say is on my end for the DS.
All right.
Okay.
That is awesome. All right. Menitta, your turn. What was it like when you got your first DS?
So, I to go before getting the DS, for me, like the very first video game system I ever got that was personally mine was the Game Boy Advance. I had an SP for Christmas, I think 2004. Then a year prior, we got the GameCube in 2005 for Christmas. And then, sorry, dropped something. I don't want my dog to eat. And then, I think it was Christmas 2006. It was right after New Super Mario Brothers came out. Like I had always loved the 2D Mario games. That was like what like kind of solidified me liking video games in general.
Yeah.
So the new one coming out on this new system, I gotta get that. So I begged my parents for Christmas. It's like, hey, I really want to get this. And then I think that was the moment where I started to really follow video games coming out. Like I started paying attention to like the upcoming games and like, oh shoot, there's a new Pokemon game coming out. There's a new a Mario RPG. And so that was, I think the Nintendo DS as a whole was what got me into video games more, but like truly beyond the like just, hey, yeah, I like them. Yeah, I remember that Christmas morning I played a ton of New Super Mario Brothers, and like it's I still think the first New Super Mario Brothers is peak. That's the best one, and it's just unbelievably fun. The 3D controls in 2D is just really fun. And it was just kind of cool. And the first model I got though was the it was a white DS Lite, and I think I imagine that's like the DS Lite. That was like when it kind of really like took off for most people.
Yeah.
Like that was what really made it popular.
Yeah.
And yes, and then just kind of went from there. Like then I got into Pokemon. I got into more like other stuff. I got into Kirby. Like that was when I also started getting into like Smash Brothers at around the same time. So I was being introduced to all these new franchises that are also on Nintendo DS. So it was sort of like the DS was like my gateway to just broader gaming beyond Mario.
Yep.
I would say.
That's good. That's good.
So
Yeah.
Nintendo DS. What was it like when I got mine? Well, I remember like I didn't get it until 2005, but before that, I remember when the DS came out. I was in my senior year of high school, and there was this kid in my class that got a DS. Like he actually got it at launch. He was playing Super Mario 64. That's the only game that he got. And
Mhm.
and I remember like at first people were crowding around him. People were watching him play new Super Mario 64 DS. Seeing just the fact that you could play a game like that on the go was awesome. Just how you could play an N64 game, but on the DS on the go, you have like all these extra characters, but you start with Yoshi instead of Mario. And it also had like those mini games that they added to the game, which if you played New Super Mario Brothers, you are familiar with many of those mini games because they brought them over to that game too.
Luigi Casino.
Yes, the Luigi
Picture
Casino.
poker.
Yes.
Many kids' first introduction to gambling.
Let's go
Yeah.
gambling. But yeah.
That was probably Pokemon back in the day because they had gambling in there.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
true.
True.
The Marvel
Slot
game
machine.
corner. The slot machines.
For me, like, but yeah, like, what I remember was like first hearing about the DS, because there was I forgot what game magazine had coverage because they actually managed to get it out there for E3 before Nintendo Power did. Mainly because of the fact that I had to wait till the next issue of Nintendo Power to read about it from their point of view.
Maybe it was EGM. Like I know EGM was like pretty involved with like some of the stuff.
Yeah, because I think EGM like publishes for. It's just that like they publish it first, and then like Nintendo Power, I got it. I think I got the Nintendo Power issue like 2 weeks afterwards, and then that's where I read all the information about the Nintendo DS, knowing what it was, what type of games we were getting, and hearing comparisons between that and PSP. People were originally, because like even back then, like the whole console war shit was going on. People were saying how like that history was going to repeat itself, that PlayStation was going to dominate the handheld market like they did the console market, which turns out it obviously didn't. But but the DS, just the hype leading up to it. I remember back when Nintendo New York used to be the Pokemon Center, they had DS stations and you could play Metroid Prime Hunter's First Hunt. And I was like, yes, this is amazing. I cannot wait to get my own. And we almost got our own, but then I ended up just holding off because I did not want the color that they had. I didn't want it, which was the platinum one.
The platinum one.
I did not get mine until Christmas of that year, like around that time, because my mom got it for me for Christmas. But it was also the last thing that my mom has ever gotten me for Christmas. Because I was 19 at the time, and then after that I was like, I don't need to get you anything. But
yeah, that's fair.
But I did buy 4 games in advance, like the day before Christmas Eve, and because the DS that I got was this. It's the Mario Kart. Ignore the fact that there's tape. There was like a marking of tape on here. I'm trying to figure out how to get out. I'll do that eventually.
Yeah.
But this is the limited edition Nintendo DS, where you get this with Mario Kart DS. It has a bunch of sticker decals and all that stuff.
Yeah, the pinstripes.
Yes, and it also had like a strap. Like a wrist strap that you can use. So I had that. This was amazing.
It was good.
Sorry.
It's a limited edition. Like I think it was the first time I ever had a limited edition, like console or handheld. It was the first time.
Okay.
And
I had no idea that they had like limited editions of the original DS model. I always think of the red DS Lite with the Mario M on it.
Yes,
Right.
That's the one oldest one I think too. I had no idea. That's so cool.
I did see that one. Yes. So
yeah, no, there are variations.
So the games that I got, because I since I was on financial aid in college, and they if you had like a really good GPA, they would give you money just to do
Mhm.
whatever you want with. So these were the games that I got. I got Beautiful Joe Double Trouble for the DS.
Nice.
It was either between this or Mega Man Battle Network 5, and I chose this. And
Okay.
to be fair, in hindsight, I half regretted not getting Mega Man Battle Network 5 because the DS one goes for a decent amount. But at the same time, I also felt that it would not have made sense to jump in the fifth entry when I should have just gone back to the first. Which that's another topic for another day. But I did get so Beautiful Joe. I figured Double Trouble because it took. I don't know where in the timeline it fits. I think it was it's definitely after 1, but I don't know if it was after 2 or before 2. But either way, I got it. That's one of them. Another one that I got because I love Fire Emblem, but there was no Fire Emblem at the time for the DS, not until later. But in 2005, I decided to get into another series on the DS, Advance Wars Dual Strike.
Advance Wars Dual
This
Strike.
game is awesome. It is an amazing game. So that was so that one I got. There's 2 more. Because I loved Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, I figured, why not get Partners in Time? So this was another one that I got. And one more game that I bought that time, and that game, Sonic Rush, because you got like I had to have Sonic. I had to have Sonic, like no matter where I was. So I had Sonic Rush, and that game is fucking awesome. And then a few days later, I went out. Back then, like I went to a mall that now no longer exists, and my brother bought this Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing
Wild
World. Yeah, my first Animal Crossing.
Yep. So Animal Crossing Wild World, like my brother was more into it than I was, because like go ahead.
I have stories with Animal Crossing Wild World. That is a game close to my heart. That's for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
And also, like going to a mall, going to the McDonald's and that mall was the first time my brother and I ever got to experience the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection.
Wi-Fi connection.
Playing Mario Kart on the DS at a McDonald's online against a random person from around the world. Like,
yeah.
It was one of those you had to be there moments because, like, who knew that you could just play Wi-Fi? Like, I mean, the connection was kind of spotty, but just the it was just the idea.
It wasn't great, but like it was the future because like look at now, like we got public hotspots everywhere, like you know, libraries, bookstores, all that stuff, and McDonald's like it's
quite
like,
literally McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Yes,
yeah, like it was precursor in a way,
and hence the fact that Dragon posted like my emotes on the chat where it says Wi-Fi Warrior, like you see the McDonald's but with the W,
the W,
the W
yeah,
instead of
like,
the M, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, yeah, that really is it.
Yeah, you were the one that inspired that, Dragon. You were the one that inspired that. Because there were people who are Wi-Fi warriors because they just played their DS online
on public Wi-Fi. Yeah,
yeah, and the connections were always spotty for online. So just playing Mario Kart back then, and then like the people online who just kept snaking in Mario Kart.
Snaking.
The thing is that Mario Kart. I'll talk more about Mario Kart later, but I'll just say that snaking did ruin the game for me. But yeah.
No, I learned how, but like I didn't. It made the game unfun. But like that's competing like online was a whole different ballgame compared to playing with your friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay. So those were my early experiences with the Nintendo DS. Like I remember hearing about the whole third pillar thing, and pretty much like the whole third pillar stems from the fact that it was like GameCube, DS, and Game Boy Advance. The Wii wasn't even out yet. It was still known as the Revolution at the time. That's the code name.
Before that.
So like, And the thing is that Nintendo was like, we're not replacing the Game Boy Advance. The Nintendo DS is just a third pillar. Yeah.
I mean,
It's-
they were scared. Like, I'd say they were scared. Like, at the
Yeah.
time.
I don't
like,
think they intended necessarily to. They weren't sure how it would be received, and they wanted to be able to backpedal to the Game Boy Advance if needed.
Yeah.
Right.
To
Yeah.
Nintendo's credit, like the GBA was probably the biggest success they had in a while. Like from well, I guess the game. No, actually, no. I take that back. The Game Boy in general was just like they were afraid from moving on from the Game Boy to something that is so different. Like it has 2 screens. How are we supposed to sell this? Like,
Yeah.
but no, it was very well received. Probably, I don't think anyone would have expected that, like at the time, to do as well as it did.
Well,
Exactly.
especially like 3 years after the Game Boy Advance came out, like there was the
Yeah.
worry, like if they just completely abandoned the Game Boy Advance, would consumers really feel safe getting a DS? Like just to be
Yeah.
replaced another 3 years later. The original Game Boy had a very long lifespan.
It did. It lasted.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, and Shad, we're going to start with you on this next question. With the dual screens of the DS, how did that change up the way you played your games? Did it enhance your gameplay, hinder it, or were you indifferent to the dual screens?
I mean, that honestly really depends on the game. Some games use the dual screens really expertly. I would say, like, for example, Advanced Wars Dual Strike had some very creative uses of using 2 screens for like having 2 like different kind of battles going on. Some games they used it to make a taller viewpoint, which I feel like sometimes wasn't a big deal, and other times it was cool. Having honestly, sometimes the best uses was just having like menus and controls on the bottom screen, because you can click them with the touch screen, but you wouldn't cover up the gameplay.
Right.
But it really is a kind of a game to game basis. I will say, in the modern age of 2025, it's a little disappointing because it's harder to like emulate 2 screens.
Yes.
Especially like with the prospect of a DS NSO or something. Like there's some extra kind of hurdles to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of Nintendo's consoles kind of did something like that. The 3DS, the Wii U, the Wii. But I do think it was a good idea. It was kind of like what the Dreamcast did, but more committed into it with the little fuse on the controllers. The game
The VMU,
Dreamcast,
yeah.
yeah. And I think obviously it was successful enough to even get a sequel system of the 3DS. So we can't argue that it wasn't impactful because again, the Wii U also kind of took that idea and put it on a home console.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of monumental to the same level as the Nintendo Switch being a hybrid console. I think it's really shaped the industry a lot at the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, how it was used varied, and I think the bottom screen being a touchscreen was almost more impactful. Touchscreen controls for like nowadays we have touchscreens and everything, but like at the time, touchscreen controls added a whole new like modality to gaming and how you can like interact with it. So so that's really my thought. I think that it was I do think it shaped what I gamed a lot because going on to something like the Switch where I had only one screen, as much as I love the Switch, sometimes I do wish I had a second screen for some information. So, yeah, I'd say it impacted widely. And I think it more of anything, it opened the door for so much innovation that the industry really needed at that point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, 100%. Redbeard, what about you? Like, how did the DS's dual screens change up the way you play games? Did it enhance, hinder, or were you indifferent to the dual screens?
Actually, it kind of enhanced the gameplay. There was a lot of like mostly it's the Pokemon games that I played that had like the menus at the bottom and you had the whole game on top, and it makes you easy access to. to all the menus in the like anything you need is right there at the bottom. You don't have to go press start or anything. You just boop boop boop
Mhm.
done. There were some games, actually, yeah, mostly all the game. Well, mostly all the games were just the dual screen was accessible screen to where you just touch the screen, boom. Others like any RPGs you played, like you have the menu right at the bottom. But there was other games as well where you was just gonna have to use your touchpad and try and almost about not to destroy your touch screen.
Oh yeah.
Like for
Yeah.
example, Mario Sonic the Olympic Games. I had that shit because I loved it. And oh boy,
Oh boy.
I almost destroyed my touch screen because of that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I find it really helpful, like to have a second screen to where it doesn't hinder your progress, and easy access to know where all your items are, all that type of stuff. So that's the it on my end.
All right.
Okay.
What about you, Menitta?
So I think like when you think about like how different, at least at the time, the DS was relative to any other game system, I think that it really like provided more unique experiences rather than like enhancing or hindering. Like when I think about like games that utilize the DS touchscreen, I think about like Rhythm Heaven or Pokemon Ranger or stuff like that where like having these two screens really does like completely change up how you're approaching and design how these developers were designing a game. But to that end, like, and in that case, like it's just apples and oranges. But I do think there are a lot of series where I just would prefer to play this on a DS with the second screen, like RPGs, Ace Attorney. You know, I went through Ace Attorney and the Great Ace Attorney recently, and I thought to myself, this is great, but I would rather play this on a game with a system with two screens just because I'm so used to it. Like having the UI on a separate screen was helpful. It was nice.
It was.
So yeah, I would say it very much enhanced it enhanced and like, you know, that Nintendo did it later again with the 3DS.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, I don't think that kind of I think the DS was like it was their first attempt with two screens, and I think it was their best attempt with two screens because the 3DS only the top screen was 3D, so everyone's only going to care about the top screen of the 3DS. The Wii U, there's the TV and the gamepad, so you're constantly looking up and down on everything there. Whereas the DS, like both screens matter, you're looking right at both of them, and it is just like that was the best use of two screens right there.
Yep. All right. Silver. What about you?
So, yeah, like I do bounce off the idea that like, you know, there are a lot of like gameplay experiences on the DS that were honestly without the dual screens. Like I can't really think of like how they would work without it. You know, Repeat Agents, Rhythm Heaven, and so much more. Trauma Center, Jesus Christ, Trauma Center.
Oh,
Like that's a series like I'm surprised was able to escape to the Wii, but like even beyond that, like, you know, we haven't seen anything like it in so many years. I always felt that it was like I felt that the dual screens like enhanced the gameplay. Like, of course, their whole panel was like, hey, like, what if you had like, you know, you're playing a platform game, it's like two panels up, or you, of course, the maps and the menus and all that stuff to avoid like cluttering up the experience, so forth. I always felt it was always like an enhancement. Like, also to me, also it was kind of like a difference maker for the system because like it was a talking point. You know, like, you know, how do you make a game with two screens? You know, like it seems weird. You know, because like the idea of the dual screen approach, like let's say like back then. In the arcade days, they used two screens for Punch Out because they had extra screens that they were lying around, you know, that were being unused. So they had, you know, the menus for like for the boxers, if the stats for the boxers, and on the bottom they had, you know, a little Mac and the wireframe and everything, right? You know, and then of course,
that's cool.
yeah, yeah, they had dual screen machines. Also, the Play Toys 10, I remember had dual screens as well. Of course, the demonstration for the DS came from Game & Watch Donkey Kong, which had two screens. So the dual screen approach actually was in Nintendo's DNA for a long time. So it's like I believe like when I read up when I was doing a lot of research, to build when I was starting up with Third Pillar, they had a successor to the GBA. It was codenamed Iris, and the guy who created the Iris was saying like how like Iwata came up with like, hey, like Yamauchi gave me this idea for like a dual screen system, like can we work on that? And the guy who worked on Iris was like, what the hell are you talking about? Like we got this thing already, like like what you supposed us to like kind of start over and like do this, and Iwata was kind of like, dude, like just make it happen, please. Like because like Yamauchi was like very like Yamauchi like definitely wasn't a gamer by any means, but he knew business. He felt that this thing was gonna this thing was gonna make help the Nintendo stand out, and he says himself like if this thing is a success, we'll be fine. But if it fails, we'll all sink down to hell. Like it really was a make or break situation, and to me, I see that as like Yamauchi's like last big decision as a CEO before he stepped down and let Iwata took the reins, because like it was kind of a sign that like he knew how to like really like have Nintendo go like wild, because like at the time, the GameCube was a very powerful system, but it didn't really make a huge dent because the PlayStation 2 was just a monster with like multimedia. Microsoft had already had like the PC space, and now we're moving in with the Xbox. They still had the portable space to themselves. They fended off like a lot of like challenges: Neo Geo Pocket Color, Wonder Swan, Game Gear, all those systems.
Engage. Atari Lynx is another one.
Lynx? Oh, the Atari Lynx.
The Lynx. Oh my goodness! Like, geez, like there were many had come, many had fallen. Nintendo were in a league of their own. There was a lot of things that they wanted to do. Like, for all the duds that Yamauchi like kind of put out there. Like, I was like, he has missed. Like, he's not completely infallible, but like. The dual screen idea, I think, was like a last gasp. Was like, hey, like if this is gonna be like our last chance to really like have a powerful a system that sells gangbusters before Sony takes our lunch, let's just go crazy with it. Because like I think that was really it. Because like the GBA didn't have dual screens, the GBA didn't have like Wi-Fi capabilities. Communications with like with pixel chat and everything like that. Like dual media bays, all that stuff. Like there's a lot of things that they were packing in that DS. The only reason why they didn't call it a Game Boy DS because like it was really a departure from the norm. Like hence why it was the third pillar, because like it was experimental platform that they just really didn't know what's going to go with it. It's like either they knew. I think they knew the writing on the wall where like if they had something that was like as good, even better than like the competition, they had a fighting chance. Like they had to really, innovate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was really like a big step towards again the future of Nintendo, because they knew they couldn't be set in their old ways. And technically, the successes of the DS, their successes, inspired the revolution and the Wii going forward.
Yep.
Like a lot of people would be like, "Oh, like the Wii was like the start of the new Nintendo." Like, no, it was like the DS. That was the new Nintendo. Yeah. That's where they started.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, like those screens, honestly, they were this defining feature. Hell, it's technically in the name, even though the name is something else entirely. But we'll get to that.
Yes. Okay, so, obviously, to me, the Nintendo DS enhanced the gameplay for me in terms of the type of games that I was playing. There was so many great games that came out on this thing. Like you have, for example, when you're playing a game like Sonic Rush, you have both screens that use the whole like setup for Sonic, where like there are moments where you're on the top screen, and then there are moments where you go into the bottom screen, and it just worked. Like, if you're playing a game like Mario Kart DS, you can use the bottom screen to be able to look at the map of the track. Or like you can look at the perspective at the bottom, and then
that's why they made it the blooper.
they made the blooper, and you can actually look at the bottom of the screen. So it didn't exactly hurt you like it would in later Mario Kart games. But but then there's also games where how you usually like to press start or like and then scroll to look for a map, or in some games you press the select button and the map pops up. And then it takes up the whole screen. Well, let's say if you're playing a Castlevania game on the DS, and then you have the map on the bottom of the screen, so you'll be able to see where you're going.
Or the top, I think, for Dawn of Sorrow.
Yeah, top of Dinosauro, and then the bottom had like the actual gameplay, but the other games had like top screen for the gameplay, like Portrait of Ruin and Order of Ecclesia, and the bottom screen you had like the map and anything else. You could switch it to whatever else you wanted to be, but I primarily have the bottom screen for the map, so I could be able to easily navigate without having to just press the select or the start button just to look at the map. It's just easier that way. That, or if you're playing a game like, for example, Phoenix Wright, like any of the Ace Attorney series, like just being able to use the touch screen helps a lot. But then you also have some games like, for example, this Clubhouse games.
Clubhouse games.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can play some, you could just play like any of the games on there, or like Mario Party DS is another one. Like the mini games. The touchscreen mini games were fun.
Right.
So, and of course, as you mentioned, as it was mentioned before, Pokemon also worked with the two screens. Like Pokemon, like benefited from dual screens so much to be able to have like so many different options. Like in Diamond and Pearl, you have the Poketech. I think that's what they call it.
Oh yeah, the Poketch.
Poketch.
The Poketch, yeah.
What, yeah.
What the hell to call it? Like,
yeah, you had that
smartwatch.
right.
I really like all the stuff that they had in Pokemon Black and White a lot more. It felt a lot more intuitive. But of course, Pokemon Ranger, you had to just use the touch screen like a madman.
Yeah, to roll over that.
Yeah. Puzzle games really helped.
Puzzle games flourished on the DS.
Like,
oh my god.
Tetris DS.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna
cinema.
I'm gonna talk a lot about Tetris DS like in the next question that comes up. But I will say there was a mode in Tetris DS where you they have a touchscreen exclusive puzzle mode where like you have to stack up all, like you have a huge stack of pieces and you have to clear them out. You have to clear them all out in order to win. And there was a lot of fun games that you could just play on the DS with both screens. I've seen Rhythm Heaven as well. I've seen people play all these like RPGs that use the dual screens. I got playing Dragon Quest IX on the DS, and it was great. But I will say, like, I think the dual screens really help. I really hope that there would be like a dual screen peripheral at some point for the Switch too, so that you could be able to have some games that work with two screens, and also like DS being on the Nintendo Switch NSO. I would actually love that. Please do
great.
it.
That would be very cool. Kind of like the Virtual Boy. Yeah.
All right. So, we're going to start with Redbeard for the next question, which will be, what are your favorite games on the DS? 3 games at most.
We're going to be here a while.
God. Because I have a short list and I'm trying to make it very clear.
Yeah.
There's going to be one Pokemon game in here, and that's going to be my favorite because I love it.
Okay.
I'm have to go, well, I don't know what order. Well, I always choose one. I like New Super Mario Brothers. New Super Mario Brothers. DS game
New
came
Soup.
out.
Soup.
I like the game. I know it was very easy, but I loved it.
It was fun.
Like,
Yeah, it was good.
I think at the time.
Honestly,
time.
I mean, it was the first 2D Mario game in like years.
It was.
Yeah.
In years, and also like if you compare just like, you ignore the 2 Wii U, etc. Ignore the sequels. Compare that game to like Mario 3, Mario World. It's really good. Like it's up there, I would say.
Because
it just lost all of its novelty later.
Because the last game before it was Super Mario Land 2 6 Golden Coins.
6 Golden Coins.
Yeah.
On the Game Boy, on the original Game Boy, yeah.
And then
What
it
do
was
you
like
mean? What about Super Mario Land 3? JK.
that's a Wario Land game.
Wario, that's Wario.
Yeah.
And
Wario Master of Disguise, actually.
and then there's all the re-releases on Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance with the like the Mario Advance series. And
Yeah, the
everything.
Game Boy Advance did not have an original Mario game to its name. The DS was like the first one since in terms of handhelds. But yeah,
I guess like original Mario platformer because like Mario vs Donkey Kong is like different.
but yeah, go ahead, Redbeard.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Buying your time, buddy.
I have to go with Pokemon Soul Silver for my favorite one.
There we go.
Nice.
It was,
That's a good one.
it was between Platinum and Soul Silver. So I chose Soul Silver because it's a remake of the Gold version, Soul version, which I love. And they did so much in the game, and there's some updates in the game as well. They took from Platinum, they fixed it up a bit, and that's like one of my top ones. And the last game, I had to pick. It's going to be Dragon Quest V. Because
5 in particular. Okay.
It's a good story. It's the sequel after 4, and the story just went like you thought the main character was the actual like deal, but he's not. He was like, oh, he is the the main character. He is the like the offspring of the other hero. And at the end of your fight, nope, it's not your wife, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? I love that twist. I love that twist.
Yes.
And that's my top 3 for me.
Also some really good games. All right. Menitta, your top 3.
This is hard. But I think I've narrowed it down. Number 1, Kirby Superstar Ultra. Like, so right away, Kirby Superstar is like, that's one of the best Kirby games. Yes. And like, Sakurai, he left HAL Laboratories at that point. What do they do for the first time? They take one of the best Kirby games, make it even better. And like, I played that game a ton back in the day. Like I got all the treasure in the Great Cave Offensive. I did everything. I beat the soul of Marks, and now I'm playing as him in Kirby Air Riders right now.
Menitta Ultra, gotta shut that out. Great mode.
It really was.
Yeah. Meta Knight. So that was one thing. Like as a kid, I always loved playing as like the enemy characters, like good or bad. Like just I want to multiple characters. That's my thing. And playing as Meta Knight in that whole mode was just perfect. I love it. That's all I want.
Yep,
it's really good.
Yeah. What else is there to say? Number 2, Pokemon Platinum. I do think Soul Silver is the better game, but I like Platinum more. It's honestly like you see a lot of people say now is like, what's the best Pokemon game on DS? Most people probably say like Black 2 and White 2. I feel
White 2, yeah.
That's probably
there.
Yeah, Univa's like the fan favorite.
I skip that generation because I just I like the art style, but when it comes to the Pokemon designs, it was just a big flaw for me.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. But like I do think that they have a lot of like very very nice like quality of life improvements. Like playing it is very smooth compared to Gen 4. But the first Pokemon game I ever played was Diamond, and then Platinum just kind of fixed everything that was wrong with Diamond and just increased the scope. You got the distortion world and all they fixed the Pokedex, and they fixed the gym order too, which is like, thank you for making Heart Home City actually have a gym leader. That was good online too. As a kid. Oh yeah, the online too. I remember like a lot of nights I would just spend like going through the global trade center and going through all the like I want to get this Pokemon so I can, and then I like did links of trading so I could eventually get this like Deoxys or whatever.
Right.
It was very very fun. And then number 3, I gotta go with Apollo Justice. I love Ace Attorney. I think the Ace Attorney games are just incredible. But Apollo Justice, I know people have their issues with Apollo Justice, but I like what that game does for the Ace Attorney series, where it's the time skip is done really, really well. I like what Phoenix is in that game. And I think the new protagonist, Apollo, like he's cool. I like him. He's like the Nero before Nero, even in like Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry, yeah.
Yeah.
And also it has one of my favorite characters in fiction ever, Emma Skye, who just hates her job, and like, you know what? That's true and real.
Munching on the snackaroos.
Munch.
Yes.
Yeah, I like Apollo Justice as a whole rather than like the individual cases. I totally understand where people like the that game has issues, but
Yes.
I like it.
All right.
Mm.
Those are some pretty good games that you have for your top 3. Now, Silver, I want to know what's your top 3.
God, that's so hard. Quick side because I had to look it up real quick. The Wi-Fi Plaza in Pokemon in Platinum. Like I had to remember like the names of like some of the games. Like wow, Swallow Plop and everything. I remember those like those games, like mini games I played. Awesome stuff. Back to me real quick. The top 3. So this is like very hard to choose because like I looked over like a lot of my DS games and I'm like, damn, top 3. Like it's hard because like I feel like it changes on a whim. It flips around a lot, but like I feel like it's like for me it's a pretty straightforward list, but also like so there might be some things that I'll go from 3 to 1 here. So number 3, which surprised me, but also like I think it's still one of the best games on the DS, and honestly one of the most surprising games that even came out on the DS. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars.
Oh,
Very-
Grand Theft Auto. Okay.
Grand Theft Auto, like it was weird because like they announced this during Nintendo's worst E3 conference 2008, which like I remember like that being like the bright spot of that conference. I'm like, he's like, because like Cammy Dunaway like said like, oh, we have a brand new Grand Theft Auto game coming to DS, and I'm like, wait, what? like I just got blitzed with like Wii Fit and all that stuff, and you're like, hey, guess what?
Wii
GTA
Music.
yeah, GTA is on DS, and I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm like, and the crazy thing is. And the crazy thing, it's good. It's a legit good game. Granted, like the story of the game is, you know, the main character is kind of a dick. Like no one really likes him. You know, everyone else is just like reprehensible. It's GTA, obviously.
That's GTA, yeah.
But the missions are so good. Like I just played some of them like beforehand for my stream, and like I forgot how good these missions are. Like either I'm like assembling a sniper rifle to take out some like these mafia dudes, or I'm like a person in a race and I gotta like whack the racers, or there's this crazy one where like I steal an ambulance from the hospital and I gotta keep the guy alive until I bring him to my guy, and then my guy kills him basically, and I'm like, why even do that? Like it's crazy. Like I think like they've got like the nice like sort of like bite-sized mission. Like they like I don't like Rockstar actually try it because like the previous GTA games on portable, you know, we had GTA Grand Theft Auto Advance, GTA 2 on Game Boy Color, and normally when people think about portable GTA, they think about PSP, Liberty City Stories, Vice City Stories, and granted those games are decent in their own way. They even got re-released on PS2. I think Liberty City Stories did. To me, when I think portable GTA, I think Chinatown Wars. Chinatown Wars was built for a portable system. You know, even the subsequent releases on PSP and mobile, I still think they pale in comparison to the DS version because like it felt like it was truly built for the DS. You know, being able to hotwire a car. You know, when you steal it, filling up like glasses of bottles for Molotovs. Like they had like all these little quirks in there. It's kind of crazy. You know,
Was
like
Chinatown Wars was the one that was in the style of like GTA 1 and 2. Yeah.
Okay. Basically it's like slightly top down, but like it's like slightly asymmetric, but like, you know, clearly it's not like behind the back 3D third person like like you know, like San Andreas or like that. But I think that like there was like a lot of there was like a lot of what was I saying? A lot of like landmarks from GTA 4 that they brought in. Like it felt like a full-on GTA game. You know, I think I watched like Good Vibes Gaming did a video where they showed off like the differences between GTA 4 and Chinatown Wars, and like they were like damn near like 1-to-1. Like I'm like, wow, like how did you guys cram all this game? Granted, they missed like I think like one Bora wasn't in there, but they crammed in like so many landmarks and everything. Like it felt like a legit proper, you know, proper GTA game. And I forget what the line was. Like it was like either like 10,000 or like 100,000 lines of code that went into like creating the game. You know, like it's a very, very solid like entry, like by far. So yeah, that's and funny enough, that's my number 3. Number 2, God, that's like kind of hard because like I keep swapping my number 1 and number 2, but like I think my number 2 I'm gonna have to give it to Mario Kart DS.
Yeah.
Mario Kart DS, yeah.
Can't go wrong with that one.
Like
I had a feeling it was gonna be showing up in your list.
I mean, like I played a lot of Mario Kart DS. Hell, like I said, my Mario Kart DS emblem is on my bag for fuck's sake. Like it's on the bag and everything. Like I played that game night and day. It was like one of my first online, game experiences on a Nintendo platform. I had to learn how to snake because if you didn't snake online, you weren't good. I had to like I busted my arms, my hands doing it, but like I learned, but I still have like like the I have like those first like 4 courses, like figure 8 circuit, like Luigi's Mansion, all those like committed to memory because like I played them so much on download play. Again, we'll get to the download play later down the line. Like I played those so many times. It's honestly like just like in the back of my mind, like Rob the Robot was like one of my most characters. I played mostly as Waluigi, because I like playing as him. There's like so many things about like Mario Kart DS that were just phenomenal when it came to just the gameplay. It was like it was a modern thing, like especially coming up after like Double Dash. I still think Double Dash is overrated. That's just me, but like I jumped from 64 to I went from 64 to DS. I missed Double Dash because I didn't have a GameCube. I respect Double Dash a lot later down the line, but like I wasn't there to experience the greatness because I didn't have a GameCube. That's
overrated. Didn't you say it with your chest?
Granted, I think the overration has changed from Double Dash to Mario Kart Wii, if I'm being completely honest. Because like I feel like DS Mario Kart Wii was just a souped up Mario Kart DS. They just had more racers, more courses, and it had like a stronger online. And like and somehow Mario Kart Wii is the most played like online game still, besides like the mainline stuff. Like still, like Mario Kart DS again, still a great game. I also consider it as like my go-to Mario Kart game, more so than 8 Deluxe. More like I guess World is still there, but like it still has like cut its teeth a little bit. But even more so than 8 Deluxe. 8 Deluxe is like basically like as great as it is, but like it's all good. Double Dash is fine. I just feel like
this is still good. Yeah,
it's still good, but for the longest time I felt it was really a bit too overrated for its own good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and as for number 1, it's no surprise, it's Rhythm Heaven.
Yep.
Nice.
Like Rhythm Heaven, like I got this with my DSi in 2009. Like I remember this very well. I got it in a package. I got Rhythm Heaven. I got freaking like Uno on DS, which I still have. I've not played it in a long time, but like I have Uno and my French coach from Ubisoft for some reason. I got it in a random bundle. I got it in a random bundle for some reason, but like obviously I was there for Rhythm Heaven. I saw the commercial with Beyonce in it. I was like, what is this weird game with the screaming Glee Club guys and the monkeys clapping like and I'm like, this is cool. But like little did I know that like it's like a whole like rabbit hole of like rhythm games. Like this is like truly where rhythm games open up to me entirely. For like from here on out, like it was Rhythm Heaven, it was Project Diva, it was like all sorts of rhythm games that I really started to enjoy and respect. But it really starts here, and of course, eventually, Rhythm Heaven Fever on Wii, which I go on to speed run, myself, and like, granted, that game was like again like a champion. But like when I go back to Rhythm Heaven DS, I forget how hard it is, like because like it's a lot more demanding in terms of what it wants, to getting perfects and everything like that. I feel like it's also like really funny because like a lot of the scenarios in Rhythm Heaven are so like quirky. And like I always like look back at those as like this really funny, crazy like Japanese games. And eventually I got into like Elite Beat Agents in Oendan, and eventually OS on PC. So many like good rhythm games have kind of like sprouted from, I'd say, like really this, like, and people like from this and like this Project Diva and Beat Mania. I feel like whenever I think rhythm games out of before this, it was always like, oh, DDR, that was like the premier rhythm heaven game, like rhythm game. And then after Rhythm Heaven, I was like, oh, there's like other games that are out there that are just like non map based, because like is all about just like a very simple motion of like tapping and flicking, or just tapping, and realizing, hey, if you try to go for a perfect, the game will judge you silently until you mess up.
Rhythm
It
Heaven and Elite Beat Agents / Wendon.
Yeah.
Those were those are the DS's rhythm games. But
Yeah,
even then, like there was also like Guitar Hero with the
Guitar
GBA
Hero-
attachment.
Yeah, Guitar Hero on tour, exactly. Again, that
yeah.
was like that was basically like the Western equivalent. I got both the games here. I never got a chance to play on tour. Like my friend owned it, but like I got a chance to play it like later down the line. God, like I feel like there's more I could really add, but like I don't know. Rhythm Heaven is just like phenomenal. Like really, truly, I'm glad that that it came out, because like remember it was localized. The GBA version, the GBA game never came out in America because it came out late on the Game Boy Advance, and then Rhythm Goku Gold, which is Rhythm Heaven, came out and just did very well. Like honestly, again, I still think about that Beyonce commercial to this day because it's so silly
Yeah.
that like one of the world's biggest superstars like played a game like that, and also like this was kind of like them pushing towards like, you know, even though Rhythm Heaven is like a hard game, like, you know, it's simple but easy, you know, super hard to master. This was also during the era of like touch generations, when like they're really trying to push towards the casual crowd. You know, there was Big Brain Academy, there was Brain Age, there was Crosswords DS, you know, the personal trainer games and all that stuff. Like it was kind of like a Nintendo shifting into that kind of like casualish kind of vibe. But this game, I feel was like a wolf in sheep's clothing, because like this game is deceptively simple, but like when you try to get really good at it, the game will bite back at you. So
Especially with
to me,
those final remixes, the
the remix
10s, like, and
yeah. Not just remixes, just going for perfects. Like I've never experienced like a game like judging you until like you go for perfect. It's like, oh, you play normally, you go perfect. Okay, do it again while the P's in the corner. Look at that P. It's judging you silently, and if you mess up one time, it makes the worst sound ever. And it's like, well, gotta start again. Yeah, Rhythm Heaven, phenomenal DS game, the best DS game, in my opinion.
All right, Shad, your top 3?
Okay, I mean, it's hard to actually call anything a top 3 because
Honestly,
I would like this would take dozens and dozens of hours of analyze games. I wouldn't even be happy with my top 3 I pick anyways. So I just picked 3 of my favorites, and I'm gonna do them roughly from least to best. I think out of what I currently feel are probably 3 of my favorites.
That's
so at number 3, Etrian Odyssey.
Yes,
good game. Good game.
I really got into I remember reading about, I think, Nintendo Power or something, and I really something clicked with me at Etrian Odyssey. Like Game Boy Advance is where I really started playing JRPGs a lot, and the DS with Etrian Odyssey, this looked like a no frills gameplay RPG that didn't focus much on story as much as on just building your characters and like crunchy strategy. And I didn't even know how much I would love drawing the maps. Drawing the maps is really satisfying.
I was gonna ask, like, that's the game where you draw the maps out as you're doing the dungeon. That is a really cool idea.
It's based off of like very old, the earliest RPGs like Ultima, where
sure.
Yeah, where you would have to actually use physical pad and paper to map it out yourself. And so
that is so cool.
It is a very satisfying thing to like kind of map out the entire floor. Even if you find the stairs to the next floor, just going back to just find the rest of the floor feels really nice. The games obviously did well because they released, I think, basically 5 and then like another kind of I think Nexus or it was called, and also a spin-off, which is 3DS, but I do have the case here of Etrian Odyssey Mystery Dungeon.
Etrian Mystery Dungeon. That was the first one that I played. And I gotta be honest, I was not wild about it, but it was I mean, it was a mystery dungeon game. So.
Yeah, it's more of a mystery dungeon game than Etrian Odyssey. Though I love Mystery Dungeon. But yeah, and I kind of was very sad when we moved on from dual screens and I realized, wait, how are we gonna do Etrian Odyssey? Is it just gone? Thank God it's kind of not gone, but it's definitely not as quick and easy to map things out in the new ports. and it'll be something that's always lost to the dual screen age.
Yeah.
That's one
maybe,
thing that definitely like enhanced the games by having 2 screens.
Yeah,
to go back
it's
to that earlier
clunky.
question.
It's clunky currently. I have the new versions, and they're a little clunky. They're still fun, but maybe when we get a new entry, they'll find a better way to like integrate it with one screen.
Yep.
I hope we get a new entry, but and if I'm saying Etrian Odyssey 4 is like the best one of them, I think. But next for number 2, I picked The World Ends With You.
Nice.
Great game.
Again, big RPG fan, and when I first saw the World Ends With You, like in like articles and stuff before it released, seeing like 2 different gameplay on the top screen and bottom screen, I was like, that sounds overwhelming and awesome. And like the aesthetics of The World Ends With You are so good. This kind of street graffiti art aesthetic. The music is phenomenal. I still listen to the music nowadays just because.
For sure.
It's another game that suffered from losing the dual screens. The newer versions, the story is great, the music's great. I think the gameplay really suffers.
It did.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it did. I had the Switch port, and it was really bad.
Yeah, I have it on Switch. I couldn't decide which I disliked more, handheld or docked. I decided I think that I prefer docked at least, because it really you cover up the screen when you're trying to do the touchscreen controls.
Yeah.
And so, but I love the series. I need to play more of Neo. I haven't gotten very far in the second game. And
Neo looks really cool.
Yeah, it still has a style.
Yeah.
I am glad they like showed up in like Kingdom Hearts, the characters. Like I'm glad they kept The World Ends With You alive.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah, but nothing's like the first World Ends With You. That was definitely, it hit its peak right there on the DS. It was a game just.
Don't drop something.
Careful.
Well, I dropped The World Ends With You. I was gonna say, if I ever do get around to playing this, it will be on the DS, just because, like, from what I hear, like the port just kind of completely loses what made this game special to begin with. So.
Yeah,
like Etrian Odyssey, it's a game that was built entirely around the DS's features. Unlike Etrian Odyssey, like it's not based on like older games that could do without the dual screens. It really needs it.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking to me because the game was so good, but it still has a great story and great music, so I still recommend. But anybody, if they could play the DS version, it is superior. And then what I'm picking is my top one. I don't often find people who've even played this game, and it is another JRPG.
Okay.
Magical Star Sign.
Oh wow!
Magical Star Sign.
That's a good one.
Magical Star Sign. That's not even like a thing I had to decide about, like think about. That has always been my favorite DS game since I played it. I loved Magical Star Sign so much that in high school, which I was in high school when it came out. In high school, I wrote a paper on Magical Star Sign in school. I got an A.
Oh, really?
Essentially a theology paper, which is interesting to do for that. But it has a really good story with some really good twists. It definitely uses it's hard to play on like emulator because it uses the touchscreen a lot.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of really fun mechanics with this planets aligning in different ways and day-night stuff, and a split partway in the game on how you build your character, so you can play it twice and have it kind of different. Yeah, it is Brownie Brown. Now One Up Studio. I don't know where the rights are for Magical Star Sign. But we didn't get. Japan got Magical Vacation on the NSO.
I was gonna say if you played Magical Vacation, because like I gave it on my Steam Deck because like I heard like all the good things about it.
Yeah, Magical Vacation was the game that came before Magical Star Sign. It never got localized. We just got the sequel.
Yeah.
And then it got brought to NSO for Japan, and we still don't have it. I don't know if we'll ever get it. Magical Star Sign didn't like perform amazingly. I don't think
No.
Vacation actually even did 2, so I'm surprised that even made it to NSO. But they're super underrated RPGs. I would eventually I want to get to there is a mostly done English patch for
Vacation?
Magical Vacation. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like 90% translated.
Yeah,
But
it's pretty good from what I heard.
yeah, but honestly, yeah, that's the top of it. You can tell like the JRPGs, but there are a lot of games I didn't talk about that are not JRPGs that still hover around those top slots, like Advance Wars, for example.
RPGs lived on this system.
Like
That
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
when I think of RPGs, I think of first the Super Nintendo, second the PS1, third the DS.
the DS
Yeah.
was up there.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was the DS was phenomenal for RPGs. I also
Yeah.
like you mentioned Dragon Quest 9, and like that's another loved it. So
Yeah.
many good things then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what was on the RPG episode.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Dragon Quest 9 on my honorable mention because I'll mention this right now. Because here's my thing, like I could put Pokemon Black and White because that's my favorite Pokemon game on the DS. Because easily like that
pick.
one is like, to me, like Pokemon at its absolute best. But
I like that more than 2.
but
That's for sure.
but I want to feature I want to feature other games as not Pokemon or Mario Kart, because Mario Kart is a fantastic game, like more on the DS. Granted, the worst thing about Mario Kart DS is the snaking, because
Yeah.
that ruins the game. But
Mhm.
honorable mention is Dragon Quest 9, and you wonder was like I was always wanting to get into Dragon Quest, and that was what got me really, really more into it. Besides the 1 and 2 double pack on the Game Boy Color, what because there was a question about ads that we'll talk about, but I want to bring up one in particular because there were multiple Dragon Quest 9 ads that had actor Seth Green.
Oh yeah, that did.
What?
I remember those. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Seth Green was in those ads.
Yep.
Oh my god, I remember those.
Yeah, he was in.
Why?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things because Seth Green is a goofball, but he's a lovable goofball, so to speak. And he like, I figure with him playing Dragon Quest just makes sense for whatever reason. But the game itself was fantastic. I spent a lot of time on here, especially when with the tag mode, which I'm gonna elaborate more on the tag mode in the next question once it's my turn. But that's my honorable mention because otherwise we'll be here all day. I'm gonna bring up 3 games. Well, one more honorable mention, and that's Castlevania, Portrait of Ruin. After playing through all after playing through all 3 of the DS games, this one's the best one. Like Order of Ecclesia
It's
is
the best one.
Order of Ecclesia is a very, very close second.
Very, but Portrait is peak. It's so good.
Yes. All right. So let's talk about my 3 games right now that I really want to feature. So number 3, you know how much I love Mega Man, but I'm gonna go with Mega Man ZX. Like these 2 games, I had a hard time figuring out which one do I like more, ZX or ZX Avid, because both are great games. Both have pros and cons, but I have a bit of a soft spot for this because I actually got this on the DS first, and I absolutely had I had fun, like because the Zero games and ZX are kind of like search action Metroidvania style, but with the Mega Man universe. But in this case, you have a choice between a boy and a girl, and you get like new armor. Like you get the zero armor, you get the X armor, and like many other armor based on some of the bosses you fight against throughout the game. Like Avid's the same way. Both games are fantastic, but I'm gonna have to give a little bit of the edge to ZX for now. Because to me, like I felt like it was pretty much like the evolution of what Mega Man should be. It's a shame that the 3rd game that was planned got canceled. It was going to be called ZXC.
It was the 3rd one. Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it got canceled. And then Inti Creates was put to work on making Mega Man 9 and then Mega Man 10. and they haven't worked with Capcom since. But they said they're open to wanting to do another ZX game if Capcom ever reaches out to them. So that's number 3.
Here's hoping.
Number 2, and I spent way too many hours on this game since I got it back in 2006. And this is the game that got me back into this series, and to this day, I always go back to these games, and I just could not get enough of it. Tetris DS. I fucking love Tetris.
I knew that was gonna be in there somewhere.
Because the Tetris on the NES is what got me into Tetris. Tetris on the DS is what got me back into Tetris after not playing it for so long. And playing it online is what actually made me step up and actually get good. The only thing about Tetris that is an Achilles heel to me, where like my biggest weakness, I need to get better at the T-spin combos. Once I can get better at the T-spin combos and master them, then a lot of people online, they're going to be in trouble. Granted, so you can't play online. You can't play this online anymore, but there's other Tetris games you can play online.
I mean, WeFi still there, but like, you know, again, it's not like open people. You know?
Plus, I face off against people who use cheats to only use the line block, and I still beat them.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that's not. I feel like I wouldn't play Tetris as good if it was only the line blocks. I wouldn't be. It wouldn't be as good.
It'd be awkward.
Like,
it'd be awkward as hell.
Like, I could just play Tetris all day. Like, I fucking love Tetris. And Tetris DS was amazing. It's up there to me as one of the best versions of Tetris of all time.
It's, yeah, for sure. And, like, you mentioned T-spins. Like, it's funny you mentioned that because that was... I have figured out how to do 2-line T-spins relatively consistently. I cannot do 3-line T-spins. I don't like that is black magic to me. I don't understand how it works. But yeah, the Tetris DS is like one of the first I don't think it was one of the first. Tetris has a weird history.
Yeah, it does. Tetris has a very interesting history.
Watch the movie too.
Yes. And I already did
peak movie.
And I already did a Tetris episode a couple of months ago. It was really good though.
But like Tetris DS seems to be the one that like that was the start of like the modern, really fast paced, like, you know, everything's dropping down. I'm sure there was like an arcade version that did it first, but that was what I exposed to it first, at least.
It was also the first one that I played where like I discovered the fact that if you press the L button, you hold a piece. You can save it for later to when you really need it. There were some other Tetris games that did it beforehand, but that was of the ones I played, that was the first one, and that was a huge game changer to me. And they also changed the properties of how the Tetris pieces come in order. Where at the very least, you're guaranteed to get like some pieces coming up at once. Like it's not going to take a while for, like, for example, like the T piece or like the L block or something coming up. Like they come a lot sooner. But yeah, Tetris DS, there's so much content the game has to offer. It's fucking incredible. But number one, and people are going to be surprised that I'm going to put this one at number one, because I feel like this is a series that really needs to be talked about. The sad part is, this series in Japan bombed so fucking hard, but it was the fans in the Western fans that kept it going. Like we have a total of 3 of these games, and there's only one on the DS.
I know what it is.
And this game is Zero Escape 999.
Yep.
9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
9 doors.
This game is incredible. Like one of the best reasons to even have a Nintendo DS. So
I agree.
There's so many escape room like sections in this game where you have to find a way out, and there's so many different ways to get out of these rooms. You just have to figure out like the way to do it, the best way. Not only that, but also actually getting to know the characters. Like there's 9 characters, except there's supposed to be 9 characters, but there's a character that, well, let's just say their fate isn't too kind to them. I won't go too much detail because I want people to play the game and they have it. But
Definitely, that's a game you don't want spoiled.
yes,
Yeah,
I do want to get the Nonary game collection at some point.
I highly recommend it.
you absolutely should. Honestly, my only regret when it comes to Zero Skate is that I played the PC version instead of the DS version.
Yeah,
It's like because like there's a certain part of it which I obviously won't spoil that like I feel like hits a lot better when you play it on DS.
Yes,
and I think people know what I'm talking about who played 99.
Yeah. First game amazing, second game amazing, third game.
Yeah, the third game sucks.
Yeah,
the third game sucks though.
I very mixed things about the
It's
third
all
game.
right.
Sure.
It's all right. It's fine.
It's divisive at best. Let's say
Like
it's not great, but it's fine.
But like, but yeah, this one, just the characters. The one thing I will say that the remaster on the Nonary games does that I'm really glad that they do that this game doesn't have because of the limitations. The remaster has voice acting, and
that's true.
there's like so
It's
many
really good voice acting.
and
and you can flip between like two different modes of it.
And there's a character that his voice threw me off because when I heard his voice, I was just thinking of a completely different character. There's a character that he goes by Ace. I'll say that much because his voice actor is the same voice actor as Raiden from the Mortal Kombat series from Mortal Kombat 9 and onwards. So like it's the exact same voice. And I was like, wait, is this Raiden? Because like when I was playing the game, like, yep, Richard Epcar, that's the name of the voice actor.
Richard Epcar, okay.
He's done a lot of voices in video games, but like, but yeah, he was Ace in this game. He did a fantastic job. Like, and I will say, getting to know some of these characters, you're gonna love many of them, and you're gonna hate a few of them. You have to play the game for yourself just to see exactly why you will love or hate these games. Yeah. But yeah, like 999, I had to give that game a shout out. So next question. And we're gonna start with Menitta for this one. Have you used download play to connect with other people for multiplayer at in-person events or gatherings, or if you just invited friends over just to, or go to school to play like multiplayer games with download play?
So with download play specifically, like with one person has the cartridge, everyone else doesn't. Not as much. Like we played Mario Kart every now and then, Mario Party DS. Like, a friend would come over, we would play some of those multiplayer games. But whenever we got the friends over to play games on the DS, it was always Pokemon. We would always like do Pokemon battles or just like trade, and like we would play simultaneously. Even though that's a single player game, we would play it together. It was a very communal experience with Pokemon in my elementary school and middle school. And earlier the chat was mentioning action replay. I knew the guy who was like behind the back, like had the code open. Hey, I got the rare candy codes for you. Like that was the action replay in for my community of school. Yeah, for me it was mostly Pokemon. I remember having at some point, like I borrowed someone's action replay. My friend also had an action replay. We did a Pokemon battle. We had like the weirdest cheat battles with the most busted Pokemon we could possibly come up with. And like it was just like this battle lasted like 3 hours because none of us would win.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, that's my experience with multiplayer on the DS. Mostly just Pokemon.
All right. Silver.
Oh my god. So again, like I said, download play was a god. It was a really good feature on that DS because, like, again, growing up in Jamaica, not many people around me had a DS, So for the few people who I knew that had DSs, this was like primarily in high school, we would basically be able to share our games through means of download play. Either it's like mini games in Need for Speed Mario Brothers. I remember doing races in Need for Speed Carbon that I could download play. Super Mario 64 DS had a really good versus mode. Of course, Nova was talking about the Mario versus Luigi mode in Need for Speed Mario Brothers as well.
Oh, I did a ton of that too. Yeah. That was a cool multiplayer mode.
Yeah. Clubhouse Games had download play too. Like that was very, very well done. Like there's like a lot of games that I remember just like. Again, like somebody, if you had like one copy, you were good to go. Like I'm so glad that there are a lot of people, there are a lot of like games that took advantage of that feature, because like it seemed like it was hard again, like being able to share the games like was just like so easy because like most people obviously like again we didn't have access to like all the games ever and like none of us were like we're supposed to have R4 for example and like multi-card play was definitely there but like single card play was just fine and honestly like it was enough for us, and I'll always tell the story because it's always funny. So this is high school. It's senior year. We do this in high school. It's basically assembly. So like the way how this hall set up, it's like to choose kind of like weird church hall thing.
Yep.
All the classes, like most of the classes are in the bottom hall, but our classes are like the later parts of it. Like there's like 8 grades. I'm in the 7th one. Our classes are on the balcony upstairs. So
wow.
we're in this assembly. We're all like sitting down, like paying attention to whatever ceremony is going on. And so someone like taps my shoulders, like it's like, hey, like I won't say my real name, but like, hey, Silver, you got Mark DS? I'm like, yeah, dude. And literally like 7 other guys raise their DSs and then like they're like I'm like, are you crazy? Like the things we got luck is like there were no teachers up there to watch us, and so we're all like under our desk like playing Marker DS. We're all racing and everything, and then and we're all having fun. And then what happens is that I throw a blue shell and hit a guy. The guy yells inadvertently, and everyone's like, "What the hell is that?" And we're like, everyone's like, hide. So like, we're supposed to have our DSs there, and we're like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "Oh, sorry, like I dropped something and almost broke. Something happened. Like that's cover." But all of us we're like losing our minds because like we're like, "What the hell, dude?" Like we're trying to like play like in secret. Yeah, like honestly top moment like I've ever had like multiplayer wise where like we're all sneaking a little game. Somebody gets salty because they hit with a blue shell and almost like blows our cover in front of the whole school, by the way.
That
oh
is
my
like
goodness.
a public version of the experience of playing your DS at night and hiding it under your pillow.
and then Mario goes bye-bye. I'm like
bye-bye.
Oh man, but again, download play has given me so many like great like multiplayer moments. Another game I throw out there real quick. The snowball fight game in New Super Brothers. Love that. It was basically 2v2. Great 4-player game. Like loved it a lot.
Oh,
and like I feel like it's never been replicated the same way since on 3DS and onwards. Even though 3DS had download play. It never really was the same. Like but DS download play was like a whole different beast unto itself.
Yeah.
And I know nowadays that we have like game share, but it's not the same. Like it's way different than what it used to be.
Yeah,
the Switch 2 has something like download play, doesn't it?
Well,
game share. Well, game share, but like
it's just game. Okay.
Yeah, but it's more streaming the game to like other consoles rather than like a bigger game.
I think it uses the same tech as the Wii U.
As the Wii U, yeah. Also, the problem is like games are bigger now. Like back then, like it was like you basically sent like a mini version of the game to those systems, and they would stay available in like memory until you turn the game off. Like it was very, very simple.
Like,
so
it's like as much as we love the feature, it just doesn't work with today's market. Considering the type of games we have, it would not work. No matter how much, and there are people who do not want to admit that, but
no, like it like truly it was a product of its time, and honestly, it made sense because like it was a great way to share games. It was a great way to allow for easy multiplayer without having to like turn off for like maybe like 4 different cartridges. Like, and some games like were able to kind of like have like feature where they just they can. I remember other games they didn't have download it, but they could give you like special demos of the game. I could send my friend like a version of Clubhouse games, for example, for him to play when he goes home. Like, oh, I'll keep it on sleep mode and play on the bus home, and then when I turn my game off, it's gone. It was like stuff like that was just so cool,
Yeah.
like and so forward thinking because like I feel like stuff like that really preserved the DS experience for a lot of people, and like it was like really, really, really solid. Like I liked it a lot.
Yep. What about you, Shad?
And
no, sorry. Silver?
I was gonna say one more thing. I also had a quick list. So the total count of games that had download play was about 320 games.
Wow.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
games.
That's a lot for that like very specific feature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe
I mean,
320.
when the system has over 10,000 games, though, I mean,
Well,
Well,
but
true.
yeah, I believe the definition is like close to like 3,500, but like it's like a lot because like honestly, so many game count on the DS, it's honestly unreal. Like what was able to kind of come out and like just be published on the DS. It's honestly amazing.
Just the fact that they were actually able to even do this in the first place was amazing.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's amazing stuff.
Yes. All right. So,
Go
Shad,
on.
your turn.
I mean, I don't have a ton of interesting stuff to say there. When the DS, as I mentioned, when the DS came out, majority of people I knew like jumped ship to the PSP.
Yep.
Which came out like the next year. And so I didn't know a lot of people to download play with. I definitely tried a little Mario Kart DS here and there. I think I remember playing some of the download play for Superstar Ultra, which was like Spring Breeze.
Yeah.
That's right. He did
And-
have
and-
that. You can
yeah.
play
and
the
sub
partner
games.
character.
Yeah, you
and sub
can.
games.
Yeah.
I do remember doing a bit of Bomberman, a download play, which I'm a huge Bomberman fan.
Yeah.
Bomberman. Was it Bomberman Blitz? I believe.
I think it was
Let me see.
Bomberman Land. What is it?
I don't know, like because I remember Blitz was on DSi, but go on.
No, it was just called Bomberman. I just looked up. It's just called Bomberman on the DS.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it had a download play. I mean, it was just Bomberman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't have a ton to say there. It would have been cool to do more of it, but like I didn't know a lot of people that were having a DS at the time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Bomberman Land Touch. That's the one. Sorry, but it just jumped to my head.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there's that too. There's like 3 Bomberman games.
There's three. There's like
There's
3 of
three.
them, I believe.
And,
Technically 4 if you count DSiWare.
Bomberman Land Touch, and Bomberman Touch 2.
and there was also
And Bomberman
DS
Blitz was the DSiWare.
the DSiWare, yeah.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
that's what I remember the most.
All right.
Go ahead.
That's I played that one. Redbeard, did you have any experience doing download play with people for multiplayer?
No,
No.
didn't have a lot of people on
Damn.
the DS. But the only thing I ever used for game, there was only, well, for only the single play I did for download play was moving Pokemon from DS to the 3DS. To the DS to the Pokemon Bank. That's all I used it for.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, now it's my turn because I do have a lot to say regarding download play because here's one fun experience. Going to college, you just take your DS out, you're playing Mario Kart DS, then another person just happens to be playing that as well, and they hear you playing it, and then they ask if you want to play, and then they join in. Then like a couple more people just happen to notice us just playing it. And then like there was more people and it was fun. Just like people, we were all like complete like total strangers to each other. And we just played Mario Kart DS together. And I only played it for maybe like an hour tops because I looked at the time and I had to get ready for my next class. But for that moment, it was fun. But this was like, it was in the mid 2000s. And we were at the cafeteria. What was another one? So in regards to download play, like, yeah, whenever people want to play Mario Kart DS, but some people in the group don't have the game, so we would do download play just to accommodate them. However, the limitation is you don't have all the tracks. You have like very few tracks, and
And you can only play as Shy Guy.
you can
I
only play.
think.
The people who download can only play Shy Guy. That was the limitation.
Yes, like there were other games that used download play, like New Super Mario Brothers. I've done the mini games. I've played through like a ton of multiplayer. Well, obviously Pokemon, but that didn't really use download play for the main games. Unless they only use download play like for when you're transferring Pokemon from Diamond and Pearl to Black and White. You just had to connect it. But other than that, Dual Strike had download play. Yes. Dual Strike had download play. Tetris DS had download play. But with Tetris,
Yeah, it did.
with Tetris DS download play, it limited the modes that you could play. You mainly played the main mode. If everybody had the cartridge, you had like more options in general. Other multiplayer games that I played on the DS with people, I believe there was a race in Sonic Rush, like Sonic and Blaze racing against each other. I don't remember much about it though, because I've only done a little bit. But you wonder what's a game that I have on the DS that people would forgot even had a DS port?
Okay.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
What?
Hang on.
Yeah.
Wait.
Why?
So-
though?
Okay.
We gotta play this together at one point, Shell.
We have to. Okay.
Yeah,
So
because I was trying to find this for years, but go on, Pete.
okay, so Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, it's just called Ultimate Mortal Kombat, but it's Ultimate Mortal
Mortal
Kombat 3.
Kombat, yeah.
It's because because there was a Game Boy Advance port that was god awful.
Mortal Kombat Advance.
This was a huge 180. It's actually like a very, very, very good port of the game. It's based on the arcade version, so like it doesn't have
Mortal Kombat 3.
you can't play Noob Saibot, you can't play Rain, but you can play as Shiva. And they also have the fatality, the move list and the fatalities on the
bottom screen,
as well as I don't think they had the combos there, like that, because Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 had the dollar combos, but they don't tell
I think it had I think it had like maybe like a handful, but I don't think it was full combos or like just like some certain moves that you could do.
Yes.
I know Mortal Kombat has like different motions, but was it kind of like Street Fighter 4 on 3DS where it had like you could map? Like,
No,
and, like, tap. Okay, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Touch controls.
In addition to the main mode from Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, there's also the puzzle combat that they took from Mortal Kombat Deception, which is pretty much like a different variation of Puzzle Fighter, but it's just in the Mortal Kombat universe, and you have like these chibi fighters, but they pretty much took a couple of characters that came from Mortal Kombat Deception and they put it in here. It was actually pretty nice. It's a very cool port. Very unlikely port of a game. So
it's a solid port. If I could jump in real quick, Pete, like I was gonna say, like I quickly checked. So they had like the first 4 moves, and then they show up the fatalities, babalities,
friendships,
animalities, and friendships. Yeah. Also, like I found this out like last year. There is a dedicated Discord server for people who play that game on DS, and also.
Really?
Mortal Kombat Unchained on PSP, but like I found it out like last year, and the person was such a nice such a nice guy. I don't think I got to play with them, but like it was really interesting to see that there was like a whole Discord server for the game. Like, and I'm like this game is like so like odd. It's a really good game. It's a really really good game.
And then I also have this Metroid Prime Hunters. I did not play the single player campaign. I couldn't
because it sucks.
Yeah,
it's not that good.
You're really
you're there for the multiplayer mostly.
You're mainly here for the multiplayer. That's the real reason that you're playing this game. It's the really damn good multiplayer. It actually had voice chat. It had everything.
That is the original hero shooter.
Yes.
Honestly, yes. Yeah, I didn't think about that until now. But I'm like, yeah. Like I played. I mostly
That
played
and
as
Team Fortress 2.
I mostly played as Spire in Hunters because like I think in one of the levels like he was impervious to lava, and so I always try to choose that stage so I can choose Spire and like just like cheese people.
I don't remember who I played as the one who's the bottom half of their body could turn into like a turret.
Weevil.
Weevil. Yeah, that's I guess who
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is a hero shooter. Now the way you're describing it.
I remember all 6 of them: Samus, Noxus, Trace, Weevil, Kandin, and Silux.
Also,
and one of them is relevant going forward.
you wonder what?
Yep.
You wonder what's
Another one.
another game I played that had download play? Konami Arcade Classics. I played Contra.
Really?
Cool.
I played Arcade Contra 2-player with my brother on that thing.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Arcade Contra. That's cool.
Yes, the Arcade
That's
Contra.
good.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah, the thing is, download play was wild. Like it, like imagine. I don't remember if I don't. It's been a while since I played this version of the game, but does anyone know if there was download play for this? For anyone that's played this?
For Super Ultra?
Yeah.
Kirby Superstar. Yes. So
Yeah.
you could, there was the Samurai
Company Hero?
Kirby Megaton
Oh, yeah.
those mini games.
Yeah,
But
the mini
also there
games.
was
Spring Breeze.
you could just
Breeze.
play as like a partner character in I think some of the I don't know
No,
if
it's
all of them.
Spring Breeze. It's only Spring
Is it
Breeze.
All
for
of the
download.
games? Only
Yeah.
Spring Breeze. Only Spring Breeze.
Oh,
okay.
Spring Breeze.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it was.
For download only Spring Breeze.
All right.
Yeah, I think it was only Spring Breeze.
I'm gonna list 3 more games before I go to the next thing. Star Fox Command. It's,
I
I like Command.
Bought that
I like
recently.
Command. I like Command. Like it was better than Assault. It was better than Adventures, personally.
it's better than Assault,
I like
but
Adventures.
Assault's awesome.
it's better than Assault. But the problem is that like by this
The
point,
endings.
like the endings and like Nintendo just didn't really know what to do with Star Fox by this point. So
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
this day, they still don't know what to do with them.
Yeah,
I think they're shelved it for.
I mean
not
that
knowing time.
at the Zero Bomb, like I guess that's a wrap.
Yeah, like really, the last thing was really like Starlink Battle for Atlas.
Yeah,
on-
which
on the Switch.
I still have the full thing for that. I got off clearance from Best Buy.
And the
My
last
R-Wing is right up there.
my R Wing is
Yeah.
my R Wing is now in one of my bins, but 2 more games.
Mm.
And both of them are Pokemon spin-offs. Pokemon Conquest and Pokemon Troze.
Troze!
So Troze being the puzzle game, and Conquest being the strategy game, tactical strategy game that you have. It's basically Pokemon meets Nobunaga's Ambition. Koei Tecmo
Yeah.
developed it.
Such a weird game.
I've actually
it's
beaten
so
this.
weird.
It's really good.
And also the worst Pokemon spin-off, Pokemon Dash.
Pokemon Dash. Pokemon
We don't
Shovelware.
need to talk about
The
that.
the ruiner of touchscreens. That's what it is.
A Pokemon Dash, yeah.
Oh,
So
unbelievable.
yeah, and of course you can't go wrong with Clubhouse games.
Yep.
Cannot go.
I beat somebody Boo Boo and I doubt it.
Yes.
Great game.
Let's be real. I doubt it is actually called bullshit. They just couldn't call it
Bullshit,
that.
yeah.
They just use a family friendly name for it.
The only thing I hated in Clubhouse games that they fixed in the Switch version was that their version of billiards was like just was bad.
Yeah.
It was 9-ball and it was these weird like odd it was really weird.
But but in that version they renamed Spit to Speed.
To speed, yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. So the next question I'm gonna ask, and we're gonna go with Silver for this one. How much has the Nintendo DS shaped up your taste in gaming?
Geez, that's a question and a half right there. I can just say that, like, of course, like I said, as I was talking about Rid of Heaven, like it basically opened me up to like a whole world of rhythm games. Like that was like Rhythm Heaven was kind of like the opening salvo of that. But I think the key thing when it came to like gaming taste is just like it really opened up to like multiple genres of games, because like it seemed like beforehand I was playing like mostly platformers, handful of action games, maybe a few sports games. I was into sports games at the time, but then I got I got invested in like simulation style games, RPGs, strategy games. Like there was like more puzzle games than I could even think of. Like there were just so many games that were on the system that were just very, very, very like diverse and just interesting. Like I could pull like from all sorts of things. I played first person shooters, third person shooters. You know, I played pinball style games, retro releases. Again, I'm going off of like all stuff I have. I even had like the lifestyle stuff. Again, like I had like my French coach because I was taking high school French, and it helped for a bit, but it wasn't great. But like you know, there were a lot of like great games like I could think of on DS that were just like just genre fluidity and genre what's the word I'm looking for? This is D word, but my brain's like slowly right now.
Fluidity, I guess, kind of like, but there's it has a jack of all trades. You can do everything.
Basically, there's so much diversity. There's so much diversity. Yeah. Brain Age. Oh my god.
Big Brain Academy.
Yeah, I had a freaking was it America's Test Kitchen, like Let's Get Cooking, because like it was a cookbook in DS form. It was great. Nintendo. Oh my god, Nintendogs. Like what a game. Like that game truly deserves its 40 out of 40 from Famitsu. Like a lot of people think of it as a meme, but like I think there's a before and after when it came to virtual pets, because Tamagotchi was like ruled the 90s, early 2000s, and then Nintendogs came in and completely changed the game. Like oh my god, it really was different. You know, like God, and I think like Nintendo's really opened the floodgates for like a lot of the casual market on DS, because then we had all the Imagine series from Ubisoft and like other games. Style Savvy was again phenomenal game. Just like you know, like Style Savvy is like legit like a banger. Again, like without the DS, there's so many like game genres that I wouldn't have been exposed to until like way later in life. Like there's just so much content, so much like games I could like dive into. There's really something that's like a game for like how the PS2 has like so many like games for like different genres. Like the DS was like right there up with it by having so many games. And honestly, just as for how it shaped my taste personally, like it's allowed me to open up to different kinds of games altogether. Like I'm never like closing myself off to a genre because maybe I don't like certain things. You know, like granted I've said famously, I don't like League, but like I'll play a MOBA. You know, I played Heroes of the Storm. You know, that's on a DS, but like it's led me to believe that hey, if any games out there is like worth playing, I'll play it. You know, and that's led to me like having like my wild like variety on my channel where like you maybe you'll never catch me playing the same game twice for like a long time. Like I'll always be jumping to like different games, different genres, and just like trying to find not like the next big thing, but this next cool game to really jump into. You know, so that's really in a nutshell. Like just like any franchise, any game genre worth its salt, like I'll try it. The DS kind of broke up the door for that.
Yep, 100%. Shad, your turn.
Yeah, I think a big part of the DS is, and they kind of pushed this a lot in this era, was innovation. And I really think that was kind of like the floodgates for innovation for me. Like I did step out my comfort zone a bit with Game Boy Advance and GameCube, but like comparing it to the DS, they were formulaic RPGs, action adventure, third person shooters. Like they were all kind of were similar to other games. But from the moment that I got my Nintendo DS, and one of my first games again being Field of Magic XYXX, I was like, there's so much potential to do like so much innovation here. And it's kind of been like nowadays we constantly push for innovation, and there's even like awards for innovation, and like studios are constantly trying to like blend genres in a new way and come up with some concept that hasn't really been done yet. But back then, like as you said, Silver, like Nintendogs, like sure I had like growing up like Neopets and stuff, but that wasn't the same kind of interactivity as Nintendogs, especially with the microphone.
Right.
Tetris DS, taking a familiar concept Tetris and then remixing it in like a bunch of ways. This isn't the best game, but Final Fantasy 12 Revenant Wings. I experimented with I think that was like an RTS like game.
I believe so, yeah.
I forgot about it. I had it before, but I got rid of it because I didn't like it.
It was a very
wasn't
different
great,
game.
but it like broadened my experiences with other genres still. Like,
Mhm.
and that's
The-
ultimately kind of what like I got Yoshi's Touch and Go, not a great game, but like,
I think it was interesting.
this,
It's kind of a slow endless runner, but like go on.
yeah, like, well, like, it was definitely not worth the price.
Oh,
But like,
no.
it was the period of time where I started to just be like, hey, this game looks like nothing I played before. I'm just gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like,
it was the era where like developers could do stuff that's so radically different, like The World Ends With You. Like this is such a different kind of game compared to anything that came before it. Or you know what, the best example, Rhythm Heaven. Literally hold the device sideways.
Sideways, yeah.
yeah, Brain Age also, like, holding it sideways. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's honestly.
Professor Layton. Now we have other games like that, but I don't remember like a puzzle game that was quite like that mystery puzzle slot with the mixed little bite-sized puzzles.
Mhm.
Like, there was so much that the DS that's I probably wouldn't have tried, but the fact that we had unique hardware to interact, to like use those features in a different way, made me curious. And
Mhm.
as a result, now I'm still continuing. Plus, there's just so many franchises started with there on the DS,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
so many games nowadays that are kind of based on games from that era, like, or spiritual successors. Uh, and there was a lot of like flash in the pan games at the time too, which I think Nintendogs was this Nintendogs and Cats. That was kind of a
Yeah.
yeah. Nobody really cared.
Never hit the height that it did on the DS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the DS was just this kind of era just to like try it, throw anything at the wall and see what sticks.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
So many risks were taken.
Yep.
yeah,
Early.
nowadays that role is filled by mostly by indie devs, but
Yep.
Yeah.
at the time there were big companies just taking some risks, and it was
Mhm.
kind of cool to see.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. So Redbeard, how much has the Nintendo DS shaped your taste in gaming?
I think it changed a lot because since we went from one screen to two screen, like it gave us more room for games that we play, like most of the any game like that needs like like art like JRPGs where you have the main menu and where your items equipment are on the bottom screen, and the top screen is just the main screen, so it doesn't interfere on what you're doing. Mostly like Dragon Quest, Pokemon, Final Fantasy, uh well, I have to say Final Fantasy 3 and 4, because that's the only ones DS they put. Well, I'm not counting Red Red Wings because that was totally different.
Yep.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was very functional, at least, even with the download play and all the mystery gifts that they did for like a while back for Pokemon. Even I remember GameStop as well that it was only one time I did, and I got like a regular or a shiny Celebi that they gave away for free. Like,
Mhm.
you just go to the GameStop, do this, boom, you're done. And the download play or mystery gift or something, and then you are able to get the gift.
Oh, mystery
And
gift.
that's it.
Mystery games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
man.
Yep. That was the fun of it. I kind of missed a
Mhm.
lot
Go to
of
the
it because
Toys
it was
R
just
Us.
Oh,
Toys R
jeez.
Us.
Man.
It was other places as well that did it too. I can't remember, but I know I remember Toys R Us, GameStop. Those are the places I know that had like
Those are the
mystery
big
gifts.
ones for sure.
Yeah.
At least in the
Yeah.
States.
I know, like if you live in New York City, Nintendo New York, you would get mystery gifts
Nintendo New
there.
York, yeah.
According to the world, yeah.
Sometimes like they would have like mystery gifts last a lot longer than most places, so you could be able to download some Pokemon. I'll get to an infamous story within the New York circle in a little bit, but first, Menitta, um, how much did the Nintendo DS shape your taste in gaming?
So I think the primary thing it did for me was it made me like more in tune with video games. Where prior to the DS, I just kind of liked video games. I go to a friend's house, I play Mario Sunshine or Kirby Air Ride or like whatever like Game Boy game or what have you, and like that's like yeah I want that. But once the DS hit, like I played the Pokemon games. I played Pokemon Diamond, and I realized like, oh wait, they're coming out with a newer Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. This sounds awesome. They're coming out with another Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I got to look at this. There's a new Mario and Luigi RPG. Like I started paying attention to upcoming games far more than I did previously.
Yeah.
And like that was the right point in my life, and it was mostly with DS games that I paid attention to.
Yeah.
As for like taste in specific genres and stuff, RPGs all the way. Like I like I said, I got into Pokemon through that device. The Mario and Luigi RPGs, I played those. Radiant, I'm looking at it now. Like Radiant, Historia, Chrono Trigger. Like there's, like I said, RPGs lived on the DS, and that was what really kind of piqued my interests in that genre. And now, like Clair Obscur is like my favorite game this year.
Yep.
Yep.
So it shaped a lot, of course, because for me, like with the two screens and how a lot of these companies were willing to take so many different risks just to see what would work and what wouldn't work. And there were so many games that actually were fun. Like, because people were just writing it off and saying, oh, it's just another random gimmick. Why did Nintendo just do like an actual proper handheld where it's just buttons and the D-pad and that's it? And I'm like, yeah, but I would like to also try something new too. So with playing DS games, you get different experiences that you try out. And with genres you otherwise would, for me personally, I would not sure how much I would have explored if it wasn't for DS. And it got me into a couple of video game series, both active and new. Got me back in the series I used to be in. Like I used to play when I was a kid, like Tetris. It's the reason I even got back into Tetris. It's the reason that I'm actually like on top of my game. Well, mostly with Tetris, and seeing some of the long running video game series still continue on even into the DS life cycle was pretty cool. Like just having New Super Mario Brothers be the first one in years to come out, and then like at the time when it came out, it was just fantastic because after Super Mario Land 2, there wasn't really anything else for 2D Mario. They just moved on to 3D and also spin-offs until New Super Mario Brothers came out, and it just changed everything. Like I remember, like again, the console wars came into the handheld wars with the DS and PSP. Except it wasn't really a war because it's either you like the PSP or you like the DS, or you like both. But in this case, the DS was a lot more popular. There was so many, like, because they got a lot of the casual gamers, you had the hardcore gamers. They pretty much appealed to everybody. For me personally, like, I loved using the dual screens. I wish that there was more of that. But I want to bring up an infamous story that took place in 2009 at Nintendo New York when it was Nintendo World Store. And it happened during like the launch of Pokemon Platinum. So, okay,
Oh boy.
so
I think I know this story.
Yeah, me too.
So there was this person who there was this big guy who cosplayed as Jesse from Team Rocket. And actually no, this time it was James. Usually he would cosplay as either one. And it turned out that there was a mystery gift distribution, which we've later found out that it was actually fake because Nintendo World Store reps were saying that they were not distributing a Pokemon through Mystery Gift. Somebody was. It was a racist Gengar.
Yep.
Yeah. And what happened was that it had certain moves that were practically like racist. And the name was actually like the actual N word, which
the name was bad.
It was bad.
So they did catch the guy who did it, and then what happened after that was that now he is banned from pretty much every Nintendo event for the rest of his life, including the store. I think he's also banned from all Pokemon events.
That's good.
I think that the guy that was distributing the Gengar with the
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there were people downloading it, and then like the store was telling people not to download it because that wasn't them. Like because there were some people who thought that it was actually from them, and then no, it wasn't. It was just like a Team Rocket cosplayer. Like you cannot make this shit up.
The fact that it's the Team Rocket, it's like
the thing is like
I'm playing the bit, I guess.
I remember the crazy. I'm pretty sure I remember like how the guy too, and I'm like, damn, like I think the first time Pete told me the story, I'm like, wait a minute, that guy? I'm like, it hit me out of nowhere.
Yeah, like I remember. It's like because the thing is, when it comes to that event, I was there. I was there. I did, and I will say I did not download that, and I'm glad I did not because I had this worry that if you downloaded hacked Pokemon directly from something, that it would actually corrupt your game. I don't know how true that is, but I did not want to take that chance, and I'm glad I did it. And even then, I'm glad I didn't download. And even if I did download hacked Pokemon, I'm glad I didn't download that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, as they always say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's exactly what he did. And and yep, not allowed to ever come back to any events ever again. So, but in terms of so DS shaped my taste in gaming because trying out different games, trying out different types of games, different variations using the touchscreen, it just worked. It was amazing. So now community questions. So,
oh boy,
Kyle Gamer asks, what were some of the weirdest ads you've seen marketing the system in the games? One of the weirdest ads that I absolutely remember, like, because I know I talked about the Dragon Quest stuff, and I know that Silver, you talked about the Beyonce ads for Rhythm Heaven. So I remember there was a series of Japanese Mario ads where they had the Hot Mario Brothers, and I remember there was this one commercial where like you see like one of the Hot Mario Brothers from France, one from the United States, and then one from Italy, and then like you see the one from Japan, and they were all playing Mario Kart DS online through the Nintendo Wi-Fi, and I thought that was funny. Another weird ad that I remember, like that one Kirby ad for Kirby Canvas Curse.
The Kirby Canvas Curse commercial.
Yep, that's what went to my head right away.
Yeah, no, like I again, like I think I told her on the stream earlier, like how like I was basically stalked by that ad for a good like month and a half. Like anytime like I was watching like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or whatever, it kept coming on, and like it was weird. Like it just showed up every freaking time, and I'm like, oh my god. And then like when one of my dad's coworkers like took me to one of those stores down in Rockefeller, and I was like, hey, like I'll buy you a game for your DS, like pick one. And I had a choice between Kirby Canvas Curse and Need for Speed Underground 2, and I picked Canvas Curse. Funny enough, after I bought the game, the ad stopped, and I'm like. Again, like, can't even make this up. I'm like, what in the world? Like, was I being just like marketed to extensive just to get Kirby? Funny enough, and eventually
we'll get this Kirby.
Funny enough, Canvas Curse is my favorite Kirby game. So I guess like there was like some sort of like push towards it. Yeah, it worked out in the end. But like, I still remember like that ad like just being constant. Like, oh my goodness, like
I just
what?
picture that dude in the suit with the finger, just like slowly
The-
petting
the-
Kirby. It's so weird.
It is odd. Also, like in terms of like weird ads. So this ad was in Europe, and I'm not sure if anyone remembers this. It's this kid at a birthday party, and his mom's walking like with a cake saying "Happy Birthday," and the kid's like, "What the fuck is this? Sponge cake?" And it slapped it out of her hand. It's to promote a game called Jam Sessions on the DS. It's basically like, and it flashes the word like instant rockstar. I'm like, what? It's so weird because again, look it up on YouTube. It's there. Like the kid like again smacks it out of his mom's hand and swears at her. I'm like,
That is a mid 2000s ad, but it's
Very-
like very mid 2000s.
very mid 2000s ad. And I think Jam Sessions was like a Ubisoft game too. Like it was like a very
Sounds like it, I think.
it's like a very simple like guitar game or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like again, I remember that commercial so well. It's because it was just so odd. That's because that's actually it wasn't European. It was Australian because like that it was like a weird like odd ad. It was weird.
I remember there was this one Brain Age commercial where it was like there was like these two couples on the street. Like one of them like just went up to this guy and remembered him from high school, and the other guy doesn't even remember the other guy's name. He was trying to introduce his wife to them, and he just couldn't even remember the guy's name. And it was a Brain Age commercial. It was mostly like catered towards adults who were starting to lose their memory a bit, and I'm like, that actually hit me, like even back in 2006, and this was like way after Brain Age came out. But there was another one that I remember where I remember another ad, like there was like a Pokemon ad, like I remember like the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl ad, like and what I remember also was that just seeing ads like the Pokemon ads, they just have the CGI Pokemon just come out. It was pretty fun, like seeing them. And what
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Now that you mentioned that.
Yeah. What were some other ads that you guys remember from like the DS era that stood out to you? Huh?
The only one that ever stood.
Sorry, go ahead.
The only one that ever stands up to me is just the initial advertising. The touching is good with the rectangle.
Yes.
Yeah.
The voice telling you to touch it. And you know you want to. You might like it.
Touch the screen, please. I'm like, so another instance where I did some research. So the advertising agency that made that was called Leo Burnett USA. So they're responsible for the Touching is Good ad campaign. They were also responsible for the We Would Like to Play ads for the Wii as well.
Yep.
I think they cooked more with the We Would Like to Play
I
ads.
think they cooked more with those ads.
Just a little bit more.
Okay,
Maybe.
Because the point of the DS ads was to be a lot more. Like, again, it was Nintendo trying to be different. So they were going to go like, oh, sultry. Yeah. They're like, oh, the PSP sexy. We can do sexy too. Like you could do sultry and like different and odd. And I think like, it helped in a way because like it was definitely abnormal, but like it was more of like a like if I see this like at my TV at 2 a.m, I'm probably gonna scream.
I love how when I go on YouTube and then like I type Nintendo DS and the first thing I see is a fucking video from fucking Scott the Woz. But like yeah, like there's so many DS ads. Some of them didn't stand out as much. Like some of them are just like, oh yeah, this game. But like the early ads like just stood out.
The Touching Good ads are just like weird because like the idea is like you're playing with the two screens, so they would always try to incorporate the two screens in some way, shape, or form. Like I always thought that was really cool. I think the WarioWare Touch one that they did, where it was a guy he was trying to brush his teeth, and then they kept pulling the toothbrush away from him, and then trying to make him pick his nose. Like that was kind of crazy. Like there's a bunch of I downloaded actually just for research because like I want to do like a whole thing about that. Like there was like a lot of like interesting thing that they did when it came to DS commercials, like of some kind.
Yeah.
Like there's something I can think of right now, but like honestly, I'll try to like recall some.
I always liked the new Super Mario Brothers ad where it started out with the original 8-bit Mario game. He gets the mushroom, and then he turns into Mega Mario, and then runs away. I always like that one because that was like, okay, now this is showing me that this is gonna be a sick, really cool Mario game.
New. Yeah.
Yeah. Any commercials that you could think of, Redbeard?
It's been so long, and I vaguely remember anything. I vaguely remember the DS Lite that showed up, and I really wanted it.
Yep.
And that was it. It was just I couldn't remember it so well.
I'm vaguely remember wasn't there like a Pokemon or like there was like a bunch of Pokeballs were like raining down from the sky?
Yes. There was also
that was Sinnoh, wasn't it?
There was yes.
Like Sinnoh, yeah.
There was also Animal Crossing Wild World commercial where like everybody had animal heads. Yes.
Oh, I remember this one. The Princess Peach Boot Camp one.
Oh yeah, that one.
That's a good one. I remember that one.
That was a great commercial. Like that's a
good one.
I love that one. That was so dope to promote Super Princess Peach.
Yep.
Man.
And then like there was one where there was this guy that was like so many people were watching like this one. It was like a F1 racing, or like a NASCAR style race. And then and then they were just throwing stuff into the TV. And then like it was hitting the cars, and then it just led to the Mario Kart DS gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
I actually found the Princess Peach Boot Camp.
Yeah. Also, I believe Leo Burnett also did a commercial where Steve-O from Jackass was in a commercial. Like again, a lot of like of the era type of like moves here, and this is like prime Steve-O and Jackass, when he was very much like wired to the gills and everything.
Oh yeah, like, this was back when they were Wild Boys.
Yeah, they're the Wild Boys. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you see Steve-O like in the wildlife, like that was a time, and they actually had the behind the scenes too for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was the commercials question. Azran asks, best implementation of touch controls on the DS. I know, like one of the most common ones people will probably say the Woodlands Review.
World's Review is definitely a leading one for sure.
As much as I praise it, as much as I praise the World Review, the Etrian Odyssey, I think, as simple as it is, it's drawing a map on the touchscreen is just some genius idea. I think
that's good. I'll also throw it out there to Trauma Center because very 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 varied uses of the touchscreen to mimic certain certain tools, scalpel, drilling, and everything, drain. I damn near almost gave myself carpal tunnel.
Carve a pentagram in their heart.
Yeah, for the healing touch. Very very varied stuff I could think about. That was definitely a big one in terms of touch.
Mario 64 DS had a really good touchscreen.
Yeah.
But I would say
it did.
It did. Also, obviously, the Zelda DS games, Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, they had a pretty good. Even though the control scheme was pretty controversial at its point, but I think it still worked out pretty well. It's just that the gameplay, it's just that the overall story and the gameplay for the games were a little bit weird. But I think the controls in those games were very, very well thought out.
Yes.
I would give it to I want to say Rhythm Heaven. We this has come up many times in this podcast, this episode before, but Rhythm Heaven, it's so we have seen what Rhythm Heaven, that game would have worked like on traditional buttons, and it's fine, it works. But the way that it implemented its touchscreen controls by you're holding it like this, you're flicking and tapping to the beat. I think it made that game stand out so much more than it would have if it was just buttons. So yeah.
Let's see.
That's good. That's a good one.
DS. Let's see. There's so many other good DS games that had really good touchscreen controls. I want to say Pokemon Ranger actually has some pretty good controls.
Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Ranger 3 Guardian Signs. That was going to be in my top 3. I was thinking about it. I love that game so much.
Yeah.
I love I'm not wild on the first one, but 2 and 3, those games are awesome. 3 in particular has some really interesting ways to use the touchscreen. It kind of goes outside the box for that sub-series.
I'll pick a interesting one, and this one is gonna be like a little bit out of left field. Only because I played it a lot. Actually, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 had a very interesting control scheme where you can move with the D-pad, but a lot of the moves that you could do, you had to like circle them to grapple and like swipe down to do like a down hitting. It's a very peculiar set of like the controls, but I got used to them really quickly, and it became second nature. Granted, the game afterwards was would go back to button controls, but I think back to 2009 because they tried to kind of do like a hybrid thing. In 2008, it was like all touch, and it kind of sucked like really heavily because they made it almost like a turn-based wrestling game almost. But 2009 tried to make it a lot more action heavy in a way, and the game was flawed for sure. But like whenever I go back to that game, just like I'm like, wow, like they tried to pioneer this control scheme, and it kind of sort of worked, but like at the same time, I can see where it could be like a little bit too clumsy. But again, it's one of those like unsung like kind of like heroes of like trying to like match like touch controls with like button controls, and like I think they did well enough, but the game just never really got over that much with people.
Yeah. What about you, Redbeard? Are there any games you would say had really good touchscreen controls?
I don't have enough knowledge on that.
That's fine.
all
That's
good.
fine. All right.
I'm gonna be playing games that has like the touch screen as a good menu,
Yeah.
but like that's just like just really just stationary.
Okay, that's
stuff,
fair.
But anything more than that, not really. Like to my knowledge, I still have a lot of DS games I still want to play, but I just need to
get them.
I just need to play them. I have them on my list here, so yeah.
Yeah. So then we'll move on to the next one. This from Dragon. What is your opinion on touch control only games, such as on the DS, such as Kirby's Canvas Curse, Ghost Trick, Zelda Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, etc.? Any games like that? And are there any wish you could have played with regular button controls instead? Well,
Ghost Trick is a good example.
the thing is, I unfortunately did not play Ghost Trick on the DS. I played it on Switch. I wonder how my experience would have been like if I played it on DS instead. That being said,
yeah,
I think that for mostly the second part of the question that I can answer, because like in regards to my opinion, like of the touch control games, like I like how unique they can actually be and how much they can bring to the table with the DS. But in terms of any touch control games that I wish I could play with regular buttons instead, I got a winner for you on that one. I really think I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look around here just to see if I can. Actually, no, there is one. Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow.
Yeah,
the touchscreen controls for that one suck.
They suck.
Yeah, it was a deal breaker for a lot of people, and like how did they fix that in Dominus Collection? I don't know.
It's actually
did they make
worse.
like a button control?
It's worse in Dominus Collection.
Really?
It's worse.
Is it worse? Oh
I remember it being like kind of like okay for. I haven't finished Dawn of Sorrow, so
like the touchscreen controls are worse. They try to find a way to mitigate it by using buttons, and it does not work.
Does it? Is it like because it was like you're drawing like triangles?
You're drawing like
yeah,
so you press the buttons
in sequential order. Yeah,
it does not translate well.
Huh? That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of anything that was like touch specific that I would like want. Again, I literally just talked about like freaking WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2009 and how they did change the button control in the next version of it. So I guess that worked out for them because it felt more like a no mercy like light. I know some people controversy would say Zelda, but like I think again the controls weren't the problem with that game. I think just the way how the story panned out kind of hurt the game, if anything, especially with Phantom Hourglass and the Temple of the Ocean King.
I'm in the minority that actually liked the Temple of the Ocean King.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I do wish I could have had the option to play with buttons. I think the Zelda controls are interesting with the touchscreen, but I do wish there was also the option.
Yeah. I still always love the fact that I could, chart like a course for the boomerang and just throw it around. I thought that was always cool.
Yeah.
Right.
And I will say, in terms of touch control only games, I think games like Kirby Canvas Curse or Pack Picks, I think that they really did good with the touch control.
Mhm.
Like, I like Pack Picks. Pack Picks was
Yeah.
fun.
Also, they did re-release Pack and Roll on another. I think it was on a Wii. It was in a collection because like Pack and Roll had like touch controls where you could roll Pac-Man all around, and then I think they made it. I forgot like what the controls were like on console. Like it was Pack and Roll Deluxe. I forgot what console it was on. I think it was on the Wii. But most times when a game's doing like touch controls, like I think it's mostly pretty novel. Like it's not like to the game's detriment as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Touch controls by and large, I would say, maybe this is just rose tinted glasses thing speaking here, but I feel like if you're to compare them to the contemporary Nintendo system with the Wii, I feel like that there was a lot more success rate with, the games were built far better around having the two screens and the touch controls rather than they were Wii motion controls.
With motion controls, yeah, I was gonna say that. I feel like some motion controls games like were really odd with the motion.
It's like you just
versus
don't need this, but
yeah. See, like if we were doing like a Wii episode about that, like there's like a lot of games I could stack up on that list, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. All right, I think I'm good on that for now.
Yeah. And just want to make sure, Redbeard, you don't have anything else to say on that one. The same thing.
Nah.
Okay.
Kind of two similar questions back to back. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we'll move on. Epic Man asks, what is the best DS handheld designs you like? It could be simple colors or limited edition DS skins. Well,
this one.
I have this one.
I was gonna say the crimson. I was gonna say the crimson red DS Lite. Actually, I meant to show this earlier if I could freaking get my OBS to cooperate, but like my version is in storage, but for good reason. It's because mine got signed by Reggie, and twice.
Oh, that's so cool!
Yeah,
yep.
That
is awesome.
It's functional, but like, I don't use it anymore because like it's basically like now an heirloom. But like I love that DS like a lot. But like if I chose multiples, it'd be the Phantom Hourglass Golden DS Lite, the Hot Rod Racer DS Fat that Pete had, and the Crimson Red DS Lite as well.
Yeah, like
this
one's mine.
Yeah.
This is where I would store my Kingdom Hearts DSi system.
Oh yeah,
if we ever got it in the US.
They never released it in America, did they? No.
If I had one.
But the thing is that DSs were region free though.
They were.
Yeah, I didn't have the money or easy means to import it.
But it was DSi that was region locked.
Yeah, because
it also beat the purpose.
Not entirely. So this is the Japanese DSi XL. I a while back I wanted to get a DSi XL because I had sold mine for the 3DS. I wanted one because I think this is the best way to play DS games now. The screen quality is great and like the colors are perfect. It's I like the DSi XL a lot. I went with this one because importing a Japanese one was cheaper and you could still play regular DS games on a Japanese DSi, even if it was different regions. The only thing that was region locked was specific DSi only games.
Yeah.
So and like even I remember this being a confusion point for like some games that I wanted to import, like Pokemon Black and White. You can still play those on other regions, even though they're listed as DSi games because they have that functionality.
Still the functionality,
yeah. But it still works. It's just very specific games you can't play across region.
I never got it. Sorry.
Typically DSi were. But go on, Pete.
I never got a DSi, and you want to know what's the reason? One of the biggest reasons why I didn't get a DSi. There's two.
Is it this?
No second slot.
No Game Boy slot.
That's one. The other one is I got this for my birthday in 2008. My brother got it for me. A few days later, Nintendo announces the DSi.
He got Nintendo.
I did.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Ouch.
That's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's the way it goes, bud.
So,
Mhm.
I want to talk about this one for a moment because this used to be autographed, and the autograph has since been worn off because I never got a protector for this. You wonder who?
Oh.
You wonder who autographed this?
Who?
Charles Martinet.
Nope. Former Capcom representative Keiji Inafune.
Really?
New York Comic Con 2010. And this was shortly before he quit Capcom. Mainly because the fact that he got me so hyped up for Mega Man Legends 3.
For like
And-
Legends 3, yeah.
And yeah, like he autographed it, and
Oh man,
it's gone by the way because I never got a protector.
you know, got a protector on it. No.
Well, I mean, that's good,
But
at least.
in a way, the silver lining is there was a bullet dodge. I'm glad I did not bring my copy of Mega Man Anniversary Collection or X Collection for him to autograph because then that would have been tainted. But that's another topic for another day. But
Another topic.
Hey, don't talk about Inafune. I practically ruined that guy's career, unfortunately.
Yes.
The Kamiya question, yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So next one is from Dari Gamer. Did you like the DSiWare and would you like for it to come back on Switch? Well, here's my thing. My experience with the DSiWare did not start until I got my 3DS because since I never got like I said, I never got a DSi. So when I got my 3DS and the fact that you were able to play your DSi games, the DSiWare games on there, so I got a couple of DSiWare games on that, like because they had Shantae Risky's Revenge on that. You had a bunch of random spin-offs. Like there was like a Planet Puzzle League Express, and there was also a Dr. Mario Express. But one of the worst ones was WarioWare Snap, and you wonder what. But there was another game that I have on the DSiWare, which Capcom actually made this weird game called Dark Void Zero. Because they made a game for the 360 and PSP called Dark Void, because this was around the time where Capcom was trying to westernize itself because of Keiji Inafune. And that game bombed. That game was a huge bomb.
It's not good.
And then Dark Void,
it was not very good.
Dark Void Zero felt like a lost NES era game, which from what I heard was actually pretty decent. I never beat it.
Also randomly there was I don't know, was it Jimmy Fallon or was it
I think it was Jimmy Fallon. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it was on some late night talk show. Like they showed that off.
That whole like fake story about like Jimmy Fallon like in the 80s like playing it as a kid and like being a champion of it. I'm like, that was really odd. But I hang on, I kind of want to talk about DSiWare because this is like my. It's like my domain because like I did a whole DSiWare like special stream like I think 3 years ago, talking about like my time because like so my first like steps towards like being in YouTube was actually covering DSi shop releases. I was able to at least like have like money to get like Nintendo points cards for my DSi, and I have like a good amount of games on my DSi as a result, or my 3DS now. Pop Island, Zelda 4 Swords Anniversary Edition, Escape, Art Style Pick the Bits, Mighty Flip Champs, Shantae, Photo Dojo was really, really popular. Like there's like a lot of games that I had, and I only have like a handful of them on my 3DS now, but I had a ton of them growing up, and I was a huge fan. Like I know like Paper Airplane Chase and Pyora were also there as well. Oh, sorry, Bird and Beans.
I actually got that. Like they called it Bird and Beans, and then there was
Bird and Beans. See, like God, you remember when they showed it off at Nintendo World Championships? And I was freaking out. I'm like, yo, I'm like, and the guy was like, anyone know Bird and Beans? And I'm like, me.
Yes, I remember that.
He's like, oh man, like again, I was a champion of DSi where like I loved the idea of it so much, and like I remember that summer of I think 2009 2010 when Flipnote Studio came out, and like everyone was anticipating, because it was like everyone knew it was going to be like a huge thing, and like it really was. Like, you know, a lot of people who made some really talented artists and animators like were on that on Flipnote Hatena, like really amazing really amazing stuff on that I really enjoyed. Like, just I think like DSiWare had potential. The problem with DSiWare, though, unfortunately, was that like it was more of a dumping ground for like a lot of like games that were just like smaller versions of bigger games. You know, Clubhouse games,
effectively demos.
Demos, yeah. Dr. Mario, like I bought none of those games, by the way, because like I knew like I already had like the full games. So I didn't need to get those.
Yeah.
Like I looked out more for the I guess like the original things here. Like I'm quickly like thumbing through like a little bit of like my backloggery here. Like the Go series was really popular. There was a Mario vs. Donkey Kong game that was on the service. It was the only time they ever brought up DSiWare on the show floor at E3. Metal Torrent was really good as well. I know Pete talked about like Warrior Snapped. I remember like when the DSi came out, they gave you like 1,000 free DSi points. I wasted half my points. I wasted half my points on that game.
Yep.
Also, one unsung hero on DSi that I loved was Aura Climber. Great game that I really enjoyed. Yeah, it was really good. I forgot who made it exactly. I think it was it Intelligent Systems that made that, or something else. Like,
speaking of Intelligent Systems,
it was Intelligent Software Technology. But go on.
Intelligent Systems actually worked on a strategy game with Dragon Quest.
They did Dragon Quest Wars.
Yeah, it was for DSiWare. I
had it. It was like one of the best. It was one of the best online games that they had on DSi. Actually.
Yep.
Another great game. Again, like DSi was also where I really got to like understand Way Forward. Like, you know, again Shantae, the Mighty series, like
Mighty Flip Champs,
like,
Mighty Milky Way.
Yeah, like that's where I became like a huge like Way Forward fan, like, for sure. And then my all-time favorite like DSiWare game was Pop Island. Like, what a game! It was basically like this capture the flag game where you play as animals, and it was so good. Like, the art style was great, creative. Like, it was also one of the best like download games I've ever had, because like I shared with like up to 8 people. Like, it was just good. Like DSiWare, like, granted, like would I have it back? Technically, we still have like, you know, download games on, I guess, like eShop games, you know, Wii U 3DS. Granted, like, we don't have it as the way we did anymore. We switch onwards because, like, you know, I think we only had like maybe like a handful of games like Slipper Clips and Good Job, but then Nintendo kind of pivoted away from like the smaller, you know, the push modes, the Sakura Samurais, you know, the Dylan's Run Westerns of your age, really. Like, I do miss those smaller Nintendo games that would be on the eShop, like, for sure. Like, DSiWare was the beginning, but I don't think they hit stride until the 3DS, really, because like that's where Nintendo really stepped up with that. Again, a push mode, like, oh my god, like, what a game!
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
like,
but DSi was at the beginning.
Yeah. But yeah. Does anyone else have anything to say regarding DSiWare, or because it's really just what's up?
The only DSiWare game I really played was WarioWare Snapped. That was probably the first and last game I actually played on DSiWare.
Ooh,
that's fair.
Because
it wasn't great. I get you.
Here's the thing, though. I remember like having fun with it, but I also remember it not working well. So that was kind of it.
Yeah, no, the lighting was just like, you have to be like really good with the lighting to like make it work very well. And I was a huge Warrior fan too. So come on.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. The other one was Flipnote.
Flipnote Studio, yeah.
Flipnote was the coolest thing ever. I remember browsing Flipnote endlessly, and it was such cool stuff there.
Yeah,
that's my extent to DSiWare.
One more thing I'll add, because it's always a fun fact. The SteamWorld series started on DSiWare.
It did.
SteamWorld Tower Defense. Yeah,
they need to remaster that game.
I hope they remaster that game. Honestly, that'd be dope if they did.
Yeah,
I'll say the one DSi game I have a lot of memories with is Shantae. You already mentioned Shantae, but like that's my introduction to the series, and I'm a huge fan. So
there's also like a Blaze Blue spinoff that was on DSiWare too.
Right, there was.
I forgot about that.
Was it called Blazy Blue or something?
Blazzy Blue.
Blazy Blue, like Super Melee Brawlers or whatever. I think that's what it was.
Weird thing.
I forgot that even exists. Wow, like that's a deep cut.
God. there's one more game I remember too. Do you guys remember like it was after the 3DS got announced? They had that DSi game where like you had it in book mode, and then like it was kind of like a 3D diorama they could turn with I think it's called like Luxie's lineup. I think that's what it's called.
Yes.
It was like this like interesting puzzle game, but like it get like 3D dioramas. It used the camera to kind of like project the dimensions inside and everything. It was very cool because everyone was like, "Oh, is this like pseudo like 3DS kind of thing?" And they were like, "No, it's with the camera." Like looking back, like again, like there was like some just unsung like gems on DSiWare. But when I did my research back then, the most prevalent genre that was on DSiWare was like puzzle games. Of course, the art style games were very popular. But like the very few games that were out there that were really amazing were just like very like low key stuff. Like it's one of those things where like people got to go in there and like see like what was there, like wait through the demos and the really like crappy like shovelware stuff on it. Like really shovelware was pretty prevalent there, but like I think there's still like amazing games that were there on DSiWare. Game Loft was on DSiWare. Asphalt was on DSiWare.
Of course they were.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of things that were there. Like honestly, also. God, either I think it was called Projectile or Reflect Missile, and also Starship Patrol. There were some really good strategy games on DSiWare as well. That was from Q Games because they worked on Star Fox.
They worked on Star Fox, yes.
Yeah.
All right, and
I think that's mostly. I can't think of anything else besides like the most costly game on DSiWare was 1,200 points. It was a game called Thorium Wars. The game was okay.
Okay. Does anybody have any other DSiWare stuff, or do you want to move on? Because I'm ready to move on.
We can move on. I think I've thrown everything at DSiWare for you guys.
Get that bloodhound that stuff. You covered a lot.
Yeah. Told you, man. I knew everything about it.
All right. So Lemon Square asks, "What is your exclusive DS game that's your favorite? Like your favorite DS exclusive?" I'm gonna go with a game that's still stuck in the DS jail that needs to be re-released. Sonic Rush.
Sonic Rush, yeah, that's a good one.
Get that Sonic Rush
Adventure. I'm surprised it's still collection. Like, and Sonic Colors.
The DS version of Sonic Colors.
The DS version of Sonic Colors.
It's basically
Sonic Rush 3.
Sonic Rush 3, yeah.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, DS exclusive. That's in DS jail. That's a good one right there.
You could only on DS, and it has never been ported elsewhere.
I already said Magical Star Sign, and I'm not changing my mind.
Yeah. Rhythm of got a sequel.
Picross 3D.
Picross 3D.
Oh, Picross is a good one.
So I love Picross. There was a period earlier this year where I was deep into like nonogram puzzles, and just to pass the time because of some work stuff. Picross 3D, I remember playing a bunch like during college, and this game is awesome. I really wish like they ported both this and the 3DS sequel to something else, because like this is the most well done like interpretation. Like it also works really well on 3DS or on a touchscreen rather, because you can rotate the model like a mouse would. So you're playing this model viewer on a handheld, and it's great. I want more of this.
Yep.
That's good.
What's your favorite exclusive 3D like DS game, Redbeard, that is only on DS?
Because most of them be like Pokemon games, all that stuff.
Yeah, the Pokemon games.
Shoot. I'll have to go with Soul Silver.
Silver? Yeah.
Solid game.
Yeah, Soul Silver. Seriously.
Yeah.
Soul Silver's a good one.
Yeah. All right. Icepick asks, were there any DS versions of console titles that you liked significantly more than the real version? If so, what were your favorites? My answer to that is no.
Actually,
I have one.
I have a couple technically.
I have one.
If this counts,
go for it.
Star Wars Episode 3, the beat 'em up.
Oh, cool.
That because I think that is like a legitimately fun beat 'em up to play on DS, and I have not actually played. I think I have. I have the PS2 game, but I like that beat 'em up. It's cool. The sprite art's really good too. And you got the screen cap of Anakin saying, "This is where the fun begins." So you're like, "Yeah, okay, this is good."
What'd you have, Shad?
Yeah, mine is Kirby Superstar Ultra. I
See, I was gonna say that's a big one right there.
Yeah, that's a DS version of a console title. I know it
oh,
added
technically,
stuff.
Right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that one. I honestly forgot.
Yeah.
I don't think a like remaster or remake has so thoroughly improved on a game as Superstar Ultra did, and Superstar
sure.
already was amazing. Like,
Right.
Yeah, I how the fuck did I actually forgot? I was showing this off earlier.
Yeah.
How the fuck did I forgot?
I'll pitch two because one was a console game and the other is more of an original, but like it is based off a series that's mostly on console. My console one actually is the DS version of also Spider-Man. Very good game.
Ultimate Spider-Man. Okay.
Very good game because it's not like also Spider-Man on console was like a 3D open world action adventure game. This is like a side scrolling action game where you play as both Spider-Man and Venom. Spider-Man's on the top screen, you can swing around everything but Venom is on the bottom screen, and you can use touch screens to attack people and to also take victims. Cool. It's very good, and also it really
sounds awesome.
It has really good cell shading, and the story is very, very well done. This technically doesn't count because I can want to say this for the touch controls, but also this is based off of kind of like the modern like console versions of the games. Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Like,
whoa,
Ninja Gaiden was really good on DS.
I didn't know there was a Ninja Gaiden on the DS.
Yeah,
Dragon Sword.
You play it in book mode.
I have thought of one.
Yeah.
I have thought of one actually. Okay,
Richard.
So, did you know that the DS had a version of the original Resident Evil?
Resident Evil, Deadly Silence.
Oh my god, Deadly Silence.
And they made new controls that felt more modern compared to like using the tank controls from the PlayStation.
Yeah, Deadly Silence.
It's basically the best version of the original style. Of course, I would still rather play the remake of Resident Evil over it, but it's still a pretty solid version. Like, I thought it was actually pretty damn good. The fact that they actually managed to get the whole game on there, the cuts with all the cutscenes in the cartridge, like the full motion videos from the PS1 game, like the cheesy dialogue and everything, it's all there. And I regret not actually buying it for myself because of the fact that I regret not buying it for myself for the simple fact that it actually goes for a pretty penny. So the fact that they actually ported Resident Evil 1 to the DS was actually pretty fucking wild.
Yeah, I'll also throw out like two extra ones. The games are based off of like modern shooters, Brothers in Arms on DS and Call of Duty World at War. So
and Call of Duty games.
Yeah,
those are cool.
The End Space games, like they were all right. Like, granted, like they were in their own kind of like world, and like I remember also having like a lot of fun playing multiplayer with this because I get online multiplayer as well. But yeah, like no, these versions were all right at best. Like they did well to kind of distill the console experience down to portable. Obviously, like for people who want to play like the portable, console games like portable, they go to the PSP. The DS wasn't really the go-to, like the PSP was obviously like like a mini PS2 almost, like that kind of thing. But like I think the DS like held its own in some aspects, when it came to some of these games.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool.
The like third-party stuff like Call of Duty. It's a good example actually. Where it was a weird period where it would get a version of like an existing game on the Nintendo DS, but it was just completely different. Like it's basically a new game.
Oh, also, how could I forget? But go on.
Yeah, it's just like you don't really get that nowadays.
Yeah. Also, how could I forget?
Yeah, we just ported to Switch.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, America's Caitlin and Proving Ground. Like again, like both of them made by Vicarious Visions, who went on to make the 1 and 2 remakes.
Yep.
Great games on DS.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Like, let's see. Redbeard, are there any DS games that are versions of console titles that you liked on the DS more than console?
Oh shoot, not quite really sure.
It's a tough question to really like pick out.
Yeah, I can pick like worse ones, honestly. Like more. Yeah,
worse is easier.
Worse is easier. Like, oh my god, like they're like I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone else like what was like the worst game you ever played on DS. Like I'm not sure if I saw the question when I was looking over. But like,
I'm not sure on my end.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Not really.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But let's see, because I do want to move to the next question.
Go for it.
This one is from Sammy G. Have y'all ever tried to play your Game Boy Advance games on your DS? And if yes, does it feel better or worse? Yes.
It feels better.
Yes.
It feels better.
Better.
Better. Bottom screen.
Bottom screen.
The screen quality, the screen quality is so much better.
It's good.
A few years ago, I played Pokemon Emerald for the first time on a DS Lite, and
That screen brightness, like,
oh yeah,
like DSP is like great, but like the DS, like DS Lite, especially, like, God, like especially jumping from like the DS Fat to the DS Lite in terms of brightness levels, oh man, like that, I was jealous for a lot of people who got the DS Lites, because like I had like the backlight on the original DS was not so great.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an easy question.
Yeah, very easy question.
Yep.
Noble Boy asks, what DS game that can be considered an overlooked gem you would recommend people to check out? Oh, I got one. Let me look for it.
Overlooked.
Overlooked.
Okay. There was a game that came out in 2006 for the DS. It was from Taito and published by Ubisoft. It's called Lost Magic.
Lost Magic.
Dang it.
Hey.
Shell, I had it ready. I had it ready for the same question.
I beat you to it. So
dang it.
So this
fine, everybody go play Magical Star Sign.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lost Magic is basically like, so it's an action game, like it's kind of like an action RPG in a sense. You have like, you could trace certain like fucking there was like these symbols. I forgot what they're called.
Runes.
Like runes?
Like runes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You trace runes and then you use them like it's magic.
It's really it's a real-time strategy game, I'd describe it.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Any hidden gems?
It's very unique.
Yes.
I've never seen another game do that.
Like any other games you would like say are hidden gems on the DS that you guys could think of?
I mean, like again, like I'll throw out like Skateland as like a really good one, like phenomenal skating game.
Hidden
This
gems.
is a kind of a different one. Like I'm sure that this form of puzzle game already exists, but Honeycomb Beat is it's a very simple puzzle game, but it's fun. Like you have a hexagonal, like fit in the hexagonal different grids of hexagons, and it's neat. It's yeah. I haven't played it in a while, but it's a cool one.
Oh, it's from Hudson. I remember. I feel like I remember this game vaguely because like
Hudson.
Like again, like there was like a lot of like really good puzzle games on the DS. I might throw like a small shout out to Custom Row Arena actually. Like that game really gets talked about like to this day.
Yep.
But like it's definitely a good one. Like I feel like there's like more DS games I could shake out and just say, oh, this is like a hidden gem. But like I just like dig and like remember them because like honestly there's like so many games on the system that are like hidden gems in their own like way.
Yeah. There's a game that I really want to check out for the DS, like that unfortunately did not do well, but those who have played it apparently say that it's one of the better games on the DS. There's a game called Henry Hatsworth.
It's like a puzzle game. It's like a puzzle quest, kind of like
Hatsworth. Let me see.
Henry Hatsworth in the Puzzling Adventure. There it is.
It's never going to be ever come back for one reason. The publisher is EA.
EA.
Okay, yeah, no, it's never coming back.
Yeah, it's and funny.
This looks cool though.
The developer of it is the Madden developer.
Oh,
yeah, wow. Formerly EA Tiburon. They developed the game. The Madden developers made that game, which is crazy. Yeah, that's one of the crazy facts about that game too.
Wow.
Oh, Dragon brought up Touch Detective is a really cool game.
Touch Detective, yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah.
Didn't they? I think they released that on the Switch, didn't they? Like I know they
may
remade.
have. I'm not
they
sure.
might. I can't.
Yeah, I think they remade I think I think the third game came out on 3DS, and then they remade it for Switch.
I got one I still have to play.
Which one?
Aliens Infestation.
Oh, that's the Way Forward game.
That's the Way Forward game, right?
It's like it's like a run and gun, but set in the aliens.
Kind of like Metal Slug or Contra.
Yeah, I remember Contra 4. Like, oh man,
Contra 4 and Metal Slug 7. Those are both good.
Those are good games.
I love Metal Slug.
Yeah, I can't really think of any more hidden gems. I'm pretty sure other people will probably think of it for me.
Yeah,
Pokemon Ranger, I guess. Like, I don't see a lot of people talking about Pokemon Ranger, but it's a Pokemon game. So.
Lunar Knights, that's part of the Boktai series.
The Boktai series,
Boktai.
Didn't they make like Boktai 3? Like, yeah, Lunar Knights was that? Yeah.
No, it's actually the fourth one because Boktai 3 was never released in the United States.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Was
there was another game I remember? What was it like? What was it like? Nights in the Nightmare. I remember that being Nights in the Nightmare. I believe
Nights game on DS. I remember there was. I remember the Wii one.
No, the Wii. No, that's Journey of Dreams. But like, no. Nights in the Nightmare is actually it's like this crazy strategy shooter hybrid. Atlas published it on the DS. I remember it very well.
Huh.
Also,
it's a very underrated game.
Also, I gotta bring this up.
Mm-hmm.
There, so
a Night in the Nightmare. Sorry.
So there was a SNK versus Capcom Card Fighters Clash DS, and I was told to never play that game for one reason. At some point in later in the game, there is a unfortunate game-breaking glitch that prevents you from making progress.
So somewhere. Well, good to know.
So yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I'll say Final Fantasy Tactics A2 also. I don't
A2.
That's a good one.
People played that one, and it is really the gameplay is really good.
My my D&D friend, he suggested I get that game because he loves I don't know what it is about that one in particular, but he really likes that one.
I'd say it probably has comparatively the worst story out of the tactics games, but the gameplay more than makes up for it, in my opinion. There's a lot of cool classes.
If I could throw out another Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy the 4 Heroes of Light.
Yes. Because that's
that
game.
That's good. I have it.
Yeah,
that game was actually the precursor to Bravely Default because the same studio would go on. They would go on like Bravely Default.
Yep,
it was good. Cool. It was a good game.
It was a very solid game.
Yes,
I didn't know that existed until now.
There were also some Mana games on there. Like I know one of them was Children of Mana, which I've heard was okay.
Yeah,
Children of Mana was good. I like Children of Mana.
Children of Mana was fine.
That one had
was
the
it
fun
Adventure of Mana on the DS as well.
Children of Mana had a fun mechanic where you can knock things into each other.
Yeah, no, that was the thing that they did.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Square released a lot of great games on the DS.
What was that?
They were
I mean, I think it was a game called Ash. Archaic Seals Heat was like a one. It was like a really random DS game that they were pushing. I think it did. No, I think it only came out in Japan. There's rumors that it was going to come to America, but then I think it came out it was low sales in Japan, and it was one of the last few games that Sakaguchi wrote before he left Square Enix.
Yes. Also, there was a Ninja Turtles game on the DS that was based off the CGI movie, and it was a beat 'em up. It was actually not bad, but the fun fact is that that team in Ubisoft, they ended up forming their own studio called Tribute Games. The same Tribute Games who worked on the Scott Pilgrim games, the same Tribute Games who worked on Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, and now they're working they're working on Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they came from Ubisoft. There was also Mutant Nightmare from which was based. It was the 2003 series.
Yeah.
But there was also Ninja Turtles Arcade Attack. It was a DS game. I've tried. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's the very last Ubisoft published TMNT game. It was the worst.
Okay.
Then Ubisoft lost the license, and now pretty much the license is up for grabs.
Yeah, I mean, it's been passed around like a lot because Nickelodeon owns the franchise now.
Yeah, ever since Nickelodeon owns like Ninja Turtles, but yeah. I still gotta try out Radiant Historia at some point.
Radiant Historia is
Yeah.
really cool.
That's a good
It's
one.
unfortunate that the 3DS version is like so expensive now.
It is
Because that
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
some people don't care for the new art, but they did also add voice acting. So but both versions are good. Yeah,
Let's
but
see.
Radiant Historia is a really, really good like time travel RPG.
All right.
If you like Chrono Trigger, you'll like that.
So we got 3 more questions. Does anybody have any more hidden gems, or you want to move on?
I'll throw in one last thing, but like it's from Renegade Kid, Dimension Ward.
Oh, I heard about that. I heard that in Dimension
Yeah.
2. I heard both of them.
Dimension 2. Moon is also good, but maybe don't get it on DS because there is like I said for the SNK game, there's a glitch on Moon that reset that kills your progress.
Oof.
They did re-release it on 3DS though, as Moon Chronicles. But
So
let's move on.
this was from Sonic X Ethan. What does the DS stand for? Dual screen.
There's
Developer system.
there's too many. Dual screen developer system like that. Like basically, dual screen was like the general nomenclature. Internally, in Nintendo, it was developer system.
It was.
And of course, like and of course, like when it comes to like the initialisms, NTR, it was Project Nitro, for Virtual DS.
Dragon Chat said, "Damn son."
Oh yeah, the damn son.
Nintendo, damn son.
Damn son. But yeah, like the dual screen developer system, those are basically the answers.
Yeah.
Cutie Caitlin asks, what was a gaming staple that you first experienced on DS? For example, she said that Wi-Fi and online play, she's never played online before Mario Kart DS. Really good place to start too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Online for me with Pokemon.
yeah, online for me with Mario Kart. Mario Kart.
Yeah, I guess it was like really like online play. Yeah, Mario Kart for me, really and truly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of any other answer other than my first memory I have of playing a game online with a friend was that I remember playing Metroid Prime Hunters with one of my friends and having
Yes.
absolutely awful connection.
Awful.
Oh yeah.
But
it gave me the experience. Sorry, go ahead.
But the big one for me was like when I played Tetris DS and then like being able to hold a piece. Because that was the first time I ever got a chance to do that.
First time,
Like the mechanic.
Yeah.
Gave me the experience of communicating anonymously in PictoChat with other gamers.
Oh yeah. Like live chat, yeah.
So who here has
PictoChat's cool.
Okay, question to all 4 of you. Who here has used PictoChat?
I have.
A little.
No?
It was high school classrooms, y'all.
It
It was
was
fun time.
Yeah, people were dickheads.
Yeah.
Because
I've seen too much like crude penises in picture chat.
Yep.
Boys.
For me, it was mostly in elementary school and middle school, and people could only be so mean at that age. So
Yeah. I got you.
All right. The last question is from Nova the artist. Favorite piece of music from any Nintendo DS game? That's a hard one, but you wanna know what I'm gonna go with? I'm not the biggest Gen 4 guy, but the fight against Cynthia is so fucking peak.
I was gonna say that piano's gonna come in there somewhere.
Yes.
I was gonna go. The first thing that came to my head was it was also Gen 4 though. Route 216, the snow.
Yes.
When you're walking up to the top of Sinnoh.
Yep.
I like that one.
That's good.
I believe mine is Vector to the Heavens from Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days.
Okay.
Oh, good one.
It's a final boss song.
That
That
of course.
And
That
I'll
is
specify
good.
that even though I like the Gen 4 rendition of Cynthia's theme, I absolutely prefer the one they use in Pokemon Black and White because I did not expect her to be in that game. And
It's like faster paced, isn't it?
it's faster paced. It actually, I felt more adrenaline coming from that than I did in Gen 4. and it helps with the fact that the battle system in Black and White is a lot more smoother than in Gen 4. So
yeah, yeah, it is.
yes. So
there's a lot like I can think of off the top of my head. Full Steam Ahead, the main theme for Spirit Tracks is definitely a great track.
yes,
Waluigi Pinball from Mario Kart DS, like that's like a
Ooh.
phenomenal one. A new venture from Sonic Rush Adventure, like I love that theme song for that game. And then and of course like Right There Right On as well. Like
Right
Sonic
There.
Sonic had some great
Sonic,
like music
yeah.
on
Sonic-
like on DS. And
Except for the
Naganuma could do no wrong
Like
for that soundtrack.
like Back to Back was actually one of my favorites from Sonic Rush.
That back was really, really good. Like that's another banger.
It's like if you just listen to that, like while you're just being productive working on stuff, you're just gonna get hyped up.
Oh
Yeah, no, it's a very, very hype like game. Oh god.
Ace Attorney music.
Ace Attorney music, yes.
Ace Attorney.
Yeah, corner.
Like, all of Apollo Justice's soundtrack, like it's like you say what you want about Ace Attorney 4. Apollo Justice has the best soundtrack.
Apollo
It's so
Justice,
good.
his version of Cornered is a really solid.
It's really good.
version.
Yeah.
It's
But-
really good.
Another, if I had to pick another track from Pokemon, that I thought was really good, I absolutely love the battle. Like when you battle against N in Pokemon Black and White, like
Yeah.
it sounded so good.
Mhm.
I also loved pretty much the entirety of the Heart Gold Soul Silver soundtrack, mainly because I actually felt like the way Johto sounds in that sounds so much better because they actually managed to convey more than what like 8-bit Game Boy Color could actually do.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
And they even had the Game Boy Color sounds.
yeah.
True, yeah.
They did.
Like,
That was cool. That was a really cool feature.
Uh,
Yeah.
also on like a Revenge of Mennonite from Kirby Superstar Ultra.
yes. Revenge of
Good- good
Mennonite.
track.
I also, great. Diaz had great music. Let's be real.
He did. Honestly, it's a huge step up from like GBA's like Dudes. Like
Yeah.
did GBA like had a really like terrible sound chip, but the DS like kind of like really like regretted that because like I think it was like one of the first purposes that they had stereo sound, if I believe,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken.
Like, also, there's some music from 999 that actually really sounds good. You got like,
God.
there's one track that's my favorite track in the game that barely even gets played. I'll have to post it in the podcast guest room so you would see which one it is. Because like I think it only ever plays once the entire game, and you barely even get a chance to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a very nice and peaceful track to an otherwise game where like it's tense. There's a lot of suspense. There's a lot of shit that goes down. Like one of the few like bright spots to a dark game.
Yeah. Also, like one more track I'll throw in though. The boss music for Kirby Canvas Curse for Drossia, great music.
Yes.
Like Drossia Sources and Drossia's Soul. Like it starts off like really nice and like witchy, and then like when it gets to Soul, it gets like speedy techno-y kind of vibe. Like really good if you've never heard it before.
Also, how about the music from the World Ends Review?
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah, that too. That too.
I
Obviously,
haven't even
but
played that game, but yes.
I still
great. Again.
I've only watched streams of it, and I watched my brother play it back in the day, but I've never actually played the game myself. I will actually play. I want to play the DS version. I
want to play the DS version.
You know what?
Like, I want to play the DS version, honestly.
I actually want to do old versus new, World Ends Review versus World Ends Review Final Remix, and compare the two. So
that'd be good. That'd be good.
All right. So with that, that's it.
It's a wrap.
All right.
So
All right.
I gotta go to bed.
I know.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So
Yeah.
so once again, like Silver, Shad, Redbeard, Menitta, thank you guys so much.
Thank you for having us. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love talking the DS.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So before we sign off, Silver, where can we find you?
Of course, you could find me anywhere and everywhere so long as you name the name Sylverstone Khandr. Primarily on Blue Sky, SilverstoneKhandr.com. You can find me, of course, on Twitch, ShadJv at Sylverstone Khandr. But you can just type in silver.stream to find me on there. And I am also very slowly building up a YouTube presence. But if anything, that's more under Third Pillar. So if you want to learn to Matt, thirdpillards.com to get all the information on that. So hoping to get the channel kickstarted in 2026. But for now, there's at least like one episode that introduces you to the concept of Third Pillar. So looking forward to that in the future. And yeah, that's basically about it for me.
All right. Shad, where can we find you?
You can find me primarily on Twitch, twitch.tv/ShadJv. I also do post videos, or mostly VODs, on YouTube, as ShadJv, though I'm pretty backed up on videos there, so just be aware that they will not be anything recent when I post.
All right, sounds good. Redbeard, where can we find you?
Mostly on Twitch with Mr. Redbeard. My screen name starts below my name. Mostly I'm just hiatus right now, as in the social sites are kind of dead at this point. So I'll be back on it next year, but just right now I'll be on Twitch.
Yep. And Menitta, where can we find you?
Primarily, you can just kind of find me on Twitch and YouTube, both at Menitta. I am on Blue Sky as well, but just not right now. I don't really use it all that much right now. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right.
Cool.
And you can obviously find me here on Twitch. I'm also on YouTube, mainly for my VODs. I'm also on Blue Sky and Discord. Daily streams Monday through Thursdays, with the occasional Friday and Sunday streams that start usually from 7 or 8 Eastern until like midnight. Next week is going to be an episode based on side-scrolling beat-em-ups. We're going to talk about some beat-em-ups.
Ooh, nice.
So
River City Girls.
Yes. I'm still finalizing the guests, and one of them unfortunately like had to pull out because like Thanksgiving, but
oh yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna figure that out. So we'll figure that out. I'll promote it later this week. But yeah, so beat 'em ups will happen next Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. But that's gonna do it. So once again, Silver, Shad, Redbeard, Menitta, again, thank you guys for being a part of this. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you for having us. This is awesome.
No problem. Always good having the four of you. So with that, that's gonna do it. So as always, make sure to take care of yourselves. Be awesome. Stay awesome. Tell your loved ones you love them. Check up on them as always. May you all fight for everlasting peace. And I'll see you guys next time. And y'all take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Remember, touching is good.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Bye.
All right.
Thanks for watching Sharing with Shellshock Season 4. Your name will be inscribed in the pages of podcast history.